once again to Clinical Theurgy, episode 46. It's a long time.
It's a lot of sessions.
There's a lot of sessions coming up on a full year of sessions. This game that was supposed to be a pickup game that was going to be played while I was in hotels. It's a full-fledged game that made it 46 episodes with a party full of level 9 characters. Speaking of level 9, let's see some hit point rolls, and then somebody can remind me how you made it to level 9.
Yeah.
Any of you get to re-roll that?
Alright. How does that work with my energy drain?
So your energy drain is still going to be applying a -5 temporarily.
Okay. But I can, okay.
So you have 5 less hit points from the level you're lost at. So that the energy drain isn't affecting that roll even.
Okay.
I don't think it doesn't show that it's affecting it. Everybody got a good hit point roll. Look at that. Gul'ran getting slightly average, but still good. But yeah, disappointment for me. So the real question, again, how did you get through 45 other episodes to level 9?
Well, so last time, we spent some time up at the Frost Giant Castle, and we gathered up the loot that they had stored there. We headed back to the Druid camp to rest, and then the next day we headed down the mountain. We did see some mining bugbears, but they didn't, talk to us or anything. They're just doing their thing. We were doing ours. We got back to Megiddo to turn in this, it was like an axe, right, that he had. And of course it was the sexist guy that was there. So we give him the axe, and he starts like stroking it. It was kind of creepy. And then he assumed that Gul'ran defeated the Frost King, but we corrected him that it was Ivy. He teleports the axe away and he takes us to the gym. Ivy read the paper, and a voice told her to attack the gym. And so that's what she did. And there was a bunch of chaos. Gul'ran tried to stop her. Niev backed away and was like alerting Antaeus, because Antaeus was kind of like looking around the room. And Antaeus notices that there was a Nightwalker inside this gym and tells Ivy to stop. Niev also noticed that Vlasta Cask was preparing for something. He had some gloves that he put on and stuff. And basically we decided that she would do what the voice told her to do, and she attacked the gym. She attacked the gym and it was cracking. That's what happened. And then, so while we were noticing, the Cask dude putting on his gloves, the Nightwalker, breaks free, and we fight it. It was very strong. It cast deeper darkness, which really screwed us. Gul'ran went down, but Niev was able to heal him back up. And then Ivy went down, so Niev went and healed her. But Antaeus realized that only Ivy can defeat this thing. So she had to get the killing blow, and she ended up bringing it down. Cask was very disappointed. Apparently he lost a bet to Bronco. And we were allowed to take the now empty gem, which was a blue diamond, and Cask put the axe in its place. And he tells her of the next place to get a piece of the curse, which is the City of Ever-Changing Names. And he said he would help in exchange for watching her death, and also told us to trust no one.
Very good.
Which is why we're not listening to him and not going there.
Hey, that's your
we've
decision.
detoured our shit for long enough. We can actually do some of our job for a bit.
Are you sure? I mean,
I mean, hopefully.
Slav seems patient.
Yeah, I mean, he'll wait for us, right?
Yeah, he'll be all right.
So, you all head back, check on the horses, get your resting done.
How's the innkeeper?
He's alive, handling things as best he can. All those spell points.
Does by chance, well, I was gonna see before we rested if by chance anyone had healing left.
Yeah, I had tons of healing. I could fully heal you. I don't know if you want to
Okay, because I was at like 17 hit points, so I was like 90 down.
Yeah, I mean, I can expend. I had 30 spell points and 4 channels left, so.
Okay.
Where's this note? Oh, that's weird. Okay.
So, Steve, this
Yes.
HP by level, do I put level 9 and then quantity 1? Is that right?
So the die you rolled is a total of 7. So your total of 8 is what you got for that level.
Okay.
Because you don't lose 5 for the level. Okay. So fundamentally, you ignore everything about your negative level because it right now has absolutely nothing to do with anything you're doing right now.
Oh, I'm not talking about the negative level. I was trying to track the HP by level on the character sheet like you wanted us to.
Right. So you rolled a 7, and then you have +1 from your con modifier, and then +1 from favored class. So you would have a total of 9 potentially that you'd put there if that's the total number of hit points you gain this level.
Okay.
So on quantity, you put your roll, and then total is the total.
Yeah,
that
that part I keep forgetting I need to change. So when I'm doing all this stuff, that's one of the things that I don't remember. But the most important thing is the main number has the number of hit points you added to your character this level.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That is the most important part of it.
All right. Well, then that is done then.
Cool.
I just wanted to make sure I did that and remembered to do that.
Yep, that helps out a lot. So in the morning, what is the party's plan from here?
So I guess I'm confirming with Ivy if that's all she needs to get done here, because we have our original mission we need to get back onto.
Yeah.
Get
I
Elizabeth.
also thought we were going to sell some of the loot that we got up at the
Right.
Frost Giant.
We were gonna do that, yes. Is that in our loot channel?
Yeah, it's also all on my character sheet.
You have it on your character sheet? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Was there anything special about those holy items we found that we should know?
Yeah,
Oh,
in,
yeah.
in between I was supposed to do that, and I totally forgot about that because I did not properly give myself a note for this.
Whoa, we lost Jess for a minute.
Give me a
Sorry.
sec here. Let me double check some stuff.
I don't know if that messed up your cameras.
No, the cameras are fine.
So the platinum holy symbol of a famous priest is something that no one in town can identify, and so no one's willing to pay you a fair value for it.
I suggest we keep it. That's good.
The rest of the stuff, though, is largely pretty straightforward. If you want to keep something specific, you can keep it. There may be benefits, there may not be, but otherwise...
Was the thing that we couldn't figure out, the priest, was that the one that was of Thoth?
No, there is a platinum holy symbol of Thoth that is separate. There is a separate platinum holy symbol of a famous priest that I have TBA on.
The 1,000 gold special one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I edited the ones that we identified, so the platinum holy symbol says Thoth next to it.
But that no one knows what that holy symbol is. So you know this is something unique because it doesn't match anything that you know personally. You can't even make a check to identify what this is, even with your bonuses, Ryan. That's how special it is overall. It is outside of, even if you nat 20'd. Whereas, so they're only willing to pay you the equivalent of like what they would pay for the holy symbol of Thoth. They're actually willing to pay more for the Thoth one because it's real. It's a real holy symbol. It's not like this other shit that you're bringing up here where you're like, oh, you made up some god and you're trying to hawk your holy symbol here as a relic.
Man, I'm so tempted to touch that. But I don't want to lose all of my sanity, so.
I'm not very charismatic, so I don't know if anyone wanted to try and sell this stuff without me, but I want to take the holy symbol of Thoth and find a forge in town.
Okay.
Just screw us out of money because you want to melt it down.
Sometimes RP is worth money.
Alright.
Wait, which one are you trying? Oh, the Thoth one you're trying to melt down? Yeah, I'm okay with that.
So
Thoth.
you can find yourself a forge, but no one is willing to melt down this holy symbol.
Oh, I wouldn't tell them. I'd just say, I need to borrow your forge.
Okay.
You
So-
see, I'm a dwarf. I want to use it.
So yeah, you can pay like a gold to rent a forge for the day.
All right, let me take a gold. And yeah, I'm going to have some words with Thoth as I burn his fucking shit.
You're gonna come back with a
Damn.
holy symbol of Thoth in
I
your
want
hand?
you to give me a knowledge religion here.
Yikes. That sounds
Hey, he want to fuck with me? I ain't taking that line down. Right?
Oh,
Cool
God.
Ron's not even gonna die in combat. He's gonna die because Thoth's gonna kill his
Hey.
ass.
If it takes a god to take me down.
You hold the holy symbol in the tongs, and you lower it gradually in to the fire, to the molten, fiery depths of this container, watching as it slowly liquefies. You feel the room slow, get very quiet, and a hand rests itself upon your shoulder. You swipe it off, and he says, you hear a voice, "You're so pathetic, Gulran."
You
know
again.
that?
Why are you wasting your time talking to me, huh?
You think you can undo all that I've done here? This is my world. You know that, right? This country, it's mine. My handiwork. You think I'm going to let some pathetic little creature like you get in the way of its progress? My progress.
I ain't pathetic anymore. I've gained power.
I know. It's why I can talk to you finally. For real. But with these things, there comes frustration. I can't just kill you anymore. I should have taken the chance. Stubbornly, maybe a bit too arrogantly, I assumed I didn't need to.
I'm coming for your creature pyre.
I know you are. You'll probably come for the rest of them too once you realize.
Realize what?
This was supposed to be their sanctuary, their place to grow again.
This city?
This country. I've been harboring them here for some time. Think about it now, Gulran. The person who stored these powerful creatures that you're burning in effigy to, he knows that you know about them. He knows that you'd like to bring their demise, and you know they're his favorite thing.
You talking about Kraskaron?
No.
I don't burn any other effigies to anyone but him.
He gestures to your little molten pile of platinum that now sits in the forge.
Oh, I don't burn this for respect.
Oh, I know. I know. You remind me of someone, though, very peculiarly. The same stubbornness, the same drive to accomplish something bigger.
I realize this is Thoth's voice that I'm hearing, right?
You can assume. It feels like Thoth's voice.
Okay.
Like there is something...
But the way he's talking is if he's not Thoth, because he's like talking like third person almost.
He's talking... No, he's talking relatively first person. He's acknowledging like he created this place. He mentioned that that's his effigy that you're burning in the forge.
Okay.
So at this point, like with the effigy comment, you can definitely tie in that this is either Thoth or somebody like pretending to be Thoth. But considering that all around you everything has dimmed and nothing else seems to be moving, this doesn't seem like the work of any traditional person.
You'll regret the day you made me an enemy.
You'll regret the day you found answers you weren't supposed to have.
I guess time will tell.
Or time will cease to tell. Your mind is a delicate thing, Coolron. Your thoughts can be your own for only so long. Maybe they go away soon. Maybe they last. Or maybe they become not even your own anymore.
Your threats don't frighten me anymore. Kraskaran gives me aid. His resolve will keep my thoughts as solid as the stone that he's carved out of.
And with that, you feel like the big, firm, kind of rocky hand on your shoulder. I suppose...
Maybe Goran like stands a little taller, a little straighter.
I suppose my time here is up then.
Just for like RP's sake, I would like to, as I say that, I would cast Divine Presence to invoke the like, I'm like sick of Thoth's shit.
Yeah, and he'll kind of push back a little bit at that. You'll see like a bit of a wince from him, as he'll kind of like recede into the darkness behind him.
Back to the shadows with you. Kraskaran demands it.
And the last of the amulet will turn to nothing more than just molten platinum.
Glad you can't forge it into a symbol of Kraskaran.
I was thinking about that, but then I feel like it's like tainted or some shit, so I'm just gonna like destroy it as best I can. I don't know how you destroy melted metal. I guess just like throw sand on it and it just becomes like useless metal or something. I don't know.
I mean, you can if you blend it with other things, you reduce the quality of you reduce the purity of it, basically.
Yeah, I want to make sure no one can make anything valuable.
So you can grab
again.
a couple of other like metallic things that you might have or that are around and like toss them in there just to make sure that like it can't be reforged in any way close to what it would have been.
Should take that to a church to get it blessed. Get that shit like hollowed or unhollowed. That's the one.
I have the spell to do that.
There you go. Get rid of all that trash.
So all the stuff that we're selling, are we gonna get what the price that they're marked as, or half of that?
So what I need here is I need an overall appraise when you're selling it, and potentially a bluff. The bluff and the appraise can be done separate from players.
Nice.
Perfect.
Very good. So what you'll have here is you can sell these for basically 90% of their value in this particular case. You bring in the objects, like, Antaeus is, like, telling the story of the objects or, like, explaining the value behind these things, and the other person is confirming them. And Niev, you're really, like, inflating these stories and how they were acquired, how these items were acquired.
Other than the things like the Thoth holy symbol, I obviously didn't count in this. I didn't count the platinum holy symbol of the famous priest because we wanted to keep that. Did you, Antaeus, have any desire for the copper brazier with the suinal markings?
What was the cost, the value of that one?
50 gold.
Yeah, I'll take that as well.
Isn't it brazier, not brazier? Brazier is the thing you wear.
Brazier. I don't frickin' know, okay?
I always mix them up, so I don't want to correct you.
probably, but
I'm like, she's a
whatever.
girl. She should know. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't call it a brassiere anyways, so why would I know?
I think that's a really pretty word, though. Brazier.
Elegant.
Okay.
Razor.
Yeah,
and
like
we
the
didn't
website.
have any prices listed, nor do I know if anyone would be buying a pirate's eye patch, the magical sling, or the giant magical crown.
So yeah, for the magical items, the magical items will be half value to sell.
I would like to keep the magical sling.
Okay, so you can have the magical sling.
Oh,
So
another memento in honor of one of your lost companions.
Sling practice.
While you guys are buying stuff, I would have requested you buy the component for the restoration I need to cast on Niev
Okay,
in
but I
the
still
next 2
don't
days.
know giant magical crown because I don't know what a giant magical.
Well,
crown
nobody's
is
willing to
worth.
buy that.
Okay, that's fine. And a
That's why it's
pirate's
not
eye
priced.
patch.
Yes, I will get you the pirate's eye patch. That I should.
Okay.
Just keep, Ivy should just keep and wear it.
No.
Why not? It'd be cool.
What about the ice full plate?
I
So-
Yeah, I'm
think
pretty
that
sure
needs to be.
that's-
You need to find a collector for that. No one wants that. It's like deteriorating.
Somebody will inform you that the eye patch gives you +2 to athletics and acrobatics. And once per day, the wearer can gain the effects of either Touch of the Sea or Expeditious Retreat on command.
What is touch of the sea?
Touch of the Sea! So you know how sometimes when you're like a pirate, you're out on the boat and you feel really lonely?
Oh god.
Allows webs to go between the target's fingers and its feet to transform into flippers, granting a swim speed.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Oh, you don't need that.
cool.
I've got something for that.
Oh.
Or expeditious retreat. I know what that does. So it gave acrobatics and athletics, or
Does it actually take up a slot? Probably, right? slot?
It is a eye slot.
eyes?
If no one wants it, I'll take it.
Yeah, that actually is pretty cool because the thing.
It otherwise sells. It otherwise will only sell for about 1,300 gold.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if
Go for
Goron
it.
wants it, give it to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. In case it gets stuck underwater, at least I can get a swim speed.
And you'll look
What's it?
cool too.
Yeah.
It's an
I
eye
go,
patch.
"Arr."
Dragon carving.
Won't that impede your vision?
Well, I mean, I could keep it flipped up, and then if I'm ever drowning, I go "Huh," and put it on.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. I forgot that somehow for some reason that you could wear it on your head like a normal thing and then just move it as needed. Because I'm dumb. My bad.
Okay, so no one will buy this giant magical crown, and we're not selling the holy symbol of the famous priest because we want to try to find out
Yeah.
who that is. So, alright, I have down to the loot from the castle is just those 2 items left. How much do you think those would approximately weigh, the giant magical crown and the holy symbol for the famous priest?
The holy symbol is not worth is not of a relevant weight, but the magical giant-sized crown probably weighs about 20 pounds.
Okay. I just wanted to adjust the weight from, I had it around 55 for everything, so I'll adjust it down to 20. And then I have the magical giant ice full plate as separate, because it was like 200 pounds. How much is this cracked hollow huge gem weighing? Because I don't have a weight for that yet, and I assume it's probably...
So that will weigh about 15 pounds.
Are you holding on to that, or are you gonna? So are we gonna sell it?
I don't know what we were going to do with that yet. We kind of hadn't decided, but I was going to just add up what we're at here for me. I think I'm just going to convert everything to gold for now and then divide that up.
Yeah, you can ask for the money however you want the money that you're going to get from the shop.
Yeah, so 46 and 20, and this platinum would turn into 340. So we'd have plus 46, plus 20, plus 340. And then you need diamond dust worth how much for your last restoration thing?
I think it's 500 gold, but let me double check. Might be
on
1,000.
Yeah,
I don't
just because I'll subtract that out before we divide it so that it's like not any one person having to pay that.
Restoration to dispel a negative level, 1,000 GP.
Okay, so we'll just subtract 1,000 out. So we'll say we got that for you.
You can always. There's always an alternative.
No, I'm not doing that again.
Divided by 4 equals Okay, so everyone can add. This is the gold equivalent, but like we could transfer it to platinum if you want. Obviously, I was just trying to make things easy, so I just converted it all to gold. 2,665 gold.
Okay, 2,665.
Yeah. So
Is that
if you
including
wanna...
the actual cash we got from the loot? Did you include that
Yes.
in there? Okay.
Yes, I did.
And I need to. There's a scroll that I need to buy. 4th level scroll I wanted to buy. I'm assuming that would be like the normal 700 or whatever it
Yep.
was. Okay, cool. I'll just subtract that from the loot. Oh, why did I make this harder than I needed to? There we go.
Are you wanting to get it as a scroll, or are you wanting to get it in your extract book?
Extract book, but I
Can
didn't
you
know
learn
if
them directly
you had
from
time.
spellbook? I guess it depends on the time that you have.
Yeah, you
Yeah, I
can.
didn't know if you had the time.
Alchemists can add things to their extract book from other people's spell books,
What I
but
thought.
the opposite cannot be done.
Right. So yeah, you could potentially get it if you guys were willing to spend a few hours in town.
What's the what would be the cost of it if I got it? Just copied it.
So you would pay roughly half the price for it at that point.
Okay, that'd be really good then if we have a couple hours to spare.
Yeah, I don't think we're in a huge rush, but I think we're aiming to leave town today.
Because it would save me 350 gold.
Yeah, sure.
Sounds good. Oh no, now I have to do more math. Okay.
I think I don't have anything else left to do in town if everyone's good.
Yep.
Did you need a few minutes with the innkeeper before we leave, Ivy?
Nope. Look, that had two purposes: make him shut up, take care of our stuff, and work off some aggression. I don't need to do any of that again. So he's learned
Alright,
his lesson.
just making sure.
Yeah, I check out the cart. Has everything seemed to be in place? Or are horses still okay?
Yeah, as good as they were before.
Yeah, you don't happen to be able to speak with animals, do you? Do I even know that exists?
I mean, yeah, you could probably know that exists.
Let's see. Do I have that prepared? I do not have that prepared today, but
Just seeing
tomorrow I
if the
could.
see if the horses have anything interesting that they saw while they were here. But yeah, I think we're ready to head out unless anyone had anything else left they wanted to do here.
I brought a few sugar cubes for the horses.
We're all settled up with the man, the innkeeper, right?
Yeah, everything is
Alright.
good there.
Thank you, ominous voice. Yeah, so I guess we head out. Start heading out with our cart.
Okay, you load
I'm
up.
putting this stupid ice plate into the cart so that I don't have to be at heavy load anymore.
Okay.
Oh, you didn't find anyone to buy that?
No, I don't think so. We didn't find anyone who wanted that, right? Yeah.
Nope.
Even the
I
guy
was
at the
told
museum
that-
didn't want that.
Yeah,
And he's gone.
pretty
forever.
soon
Guy
if we
at
don't.
the
Oh,
museum.
did I freeze? Sorry.
For a brief second, yeah. You
I
said
was
assumed.
told. Yeah, I was told if we don't find someone to keep that cold, it's gonna deteriorate into uselessness soon.
Who told you that?
I believe the giant druids did. So unless we want to just leave it here, I don't think it's going to be value. I don't know if the metal's worth anything.
Well, it's not
That's
metal.
confirmed it.
There's gems. It's made up of gem and ice, like sort of a amalgamation of the two.
I suppose they would have confirmed that, yes.
Okay, so you think it's worth something when it melts these gems left with it, or I don't know anything about this.
Would I know if that the gems are worth anything
Give
from
me
it?
some knowledge alchemy here, or
Oh,
craft
perfect.
alchemy rather.
Craft alchemy.
Yeah. So you know that
God.
like you could probably manage to salvage some amount of the gems from this, as it deteriorates.
All right, I guess no harm in keeping it aboard when you have the space.
Yeah.
Let's head out. I'll just like give the horses a nice. or whatever.
You done copying over that spell that I was talking to you about, Steve?
Okay. It is a lengthy journey to Levi, but not nearly as lengthy as your journey to Megiddo. It is likely a much less troubling one. This cheat here. I mean, I'm not bringing up anything. Glad I prepped this. I'd like to wait a moment, though, for somebody to get back.
Yeah, so I guess we can have some small talk while we're traveling.
Yep.
Do you have any new fancy spells you gained with some new experience you want to let us know about?
Well, I did learn how to do this spell that it'll make your skin sticky, kind of like a salamander, but you will have healing. You'll heal fast and have a little bit more defenses. I thought that that might be useful since, you know, sometimes you take a lot of damage for other people.
Which spell is that?
It's called Blessing of the Salamander.
Ah, okay.
I also learned how to shift things from one form to another.
Specific forms, yes, no?
I like bunnies.
Oh, polymorph, yes. Good choice. Yes, I thought about doing something similar, but I thought it might be creepy if I just kept a room full of masks. So.
Well, everybody needs to collect something, Antaeus.
I don't think it'd be approved, though. I don't think it'd be. I think people might think something of me if I did that. Probably rightfully so.
What new things have you learned with our increased strength, Antaeus?
Ah, yes, I've been practicing on something. So, there's a certain spell that I have been picking up. Not the one that I just purchased, that was a different one, but this one. I thought it might be helpful. And I will read all, I will like explain it in excruciating detail.
Mm-hmm. In traditional Antaeus fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn, this is cool.
Oh, I almost forgot to mention, I also learned how to make any creature that I summon generate light.
Interesting. What level of light? Bright light? Regular light? Daylight?
It's like sunlight, basically.
The power of the sun.
Ooh, you can summon Sunny D.
Yeah, and if you summon a swarm of them, you get double sun power. At least.
Man, that's so orange-licious.
Fantastic. Ivy, anything special you got in your new...
That was a Fanta joke.
Any new powers we should be aware of? Should we step into combat anytime soon?
I mean, I have the ability to kind of adapt myself more towards whatever we need against what we're fighting, and if we ever come against spellcasters, I mean, I can pretty much fuck them up, but...
Language.
What are you?
What are you, Captain
allowed to
Sierra
cuss.
Savant?
What are you, Captain America?
I don't know what this America is, but there's no need to curse when we're traveling in having a nice time talking about our new abilities.
Look, I'll curse if I want to curse, okay?
Antaeus, you're getting annoyed at the constant resurgence of Ghoulron and Ivy's bickering back and forth once again. When you spot something sizable in the air coming towards you at a very rapid rate.
Anything familiar? Or
Red, scaly, Smoking.
Soaking or smoking?
Smoking.
Okay, that'd been a completely different. Anyways, yes, it looks like we have a visitor.
Oh, what?
Which is interesting. He wasn't scrying on us, so that's good to know.
I look around. Do I see what he's talking about?
I'll look upwards if you look towards
with
me.
Your check and his pointing it out, you can see it as it starts to race in towards the cart. It seems to be moving at about twice the speed the cart can.
Does it look angry?
It's like dive bombing.
Hard to tell
us?
from where it is, because it's still a reasonable distance off. Antaeus' perception check was very good.
So it's like dive bombing toward us.
It seems to be moving in your direction. Whether it's dive bombing or not, you're not sure of yet.
Does anybody have anything that would make us less visible? Actually, it would see right through that, wouldn't it?
I'll try to speed up the horses or something.
Yeah, you can try to rush the horses, but it is still faster than the horses at full gallop.
It's following along the path of the that we're on, essentially.
Yes, it is sort of coming up behind. Well, at first it was coming towards you at an angle, and then it's kind of swerved as you guys sped up to follow along the road as you're going, and it's creeping up behind you very rapidly. And it is starting now, you notice, to descend.
If I perceive an incoming attack, I want to do something, but if I don't, then I don't,
Okay.
I guess.
I'll move you guys to a battle map.
Hopefully we survive this, because I've been preparing something that you might find interesting, Niev.
And
I suppose we'll have to find out.
See everything okay?
Is it mechanically large?
It is
It's
the
probably-
size that it is on the screen.
So this isn't Pyre, right? Pyre was bigger, or
Nope,
is it
Pyre
the same?
was size large.
Oh, okay. As I'm like rushing noise to say, I may or may not have pissed off Thoth this morning.
Oh, good.
Oh god.
I'm glad you've intentionally done that this time.
We have nothing to fear. I'll protect us. Let me know if you think it's gonna attack. I have something special for it.
I don't like that my road is not even or looks good. It's bothering me so much.
Me
That's the
too.
lazy way.
Nah, whatever. It's fine.
I thought I had a side-to-side road, and I do not. So yeah, it will, as it rushes in close, it will kind of fly right over top of you, but very, very close, like about 30 feet above the cart. It
just
will
like
come
last
over.
time?
And it will fly a ways forward and come to a landing about 150 feet from the cart.
Okay, we just turn around
And fire will like be growling up in its mouth as the cart races towards it.
So it lands on the road, so I'm gonna yank the horses to stop.
Yeah,
Whoa,
you
whoa.
pull the horses to a halt. Give me a wisdom check. See about
Yes,
where you
sir.
stop. Very good. Yeah, you stop with a good amount of stopping distance between you and him. The difference I think you're seeing here is that last time the cart you were driving was much smaller. This cart is much larger.
Okay.
Because you got a cart for 8 instead of a cart for like 6 or 4.
Actually, about how long ago would we have seen this thing?
The last time you saw him was...
now, like we saw him like a few seconds ago?
This has been about 2 minutes or so.
Okay.
Because it took him a while to fly up behind you because you started racing the horses at full speed.
Would it have been possible for me to augury before he came to a stop at the ground?
I think augury takes 10, or how long
It's
is
a
it?
minute, I believe. Let me double check.
Oh, is it a minute?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I'll
mine's
say
a minute.
I'll say you could have started an augury when like right around first you saw him. Let me make the roll. I need to remove that dice roll from that
Oh,
because that's not an
definitely
accurate dice.
trying to find out if we are going to survive this.
Why is it rolling a d20 there?
What is your question?
I'm
Because it's checked for attack.
Oh.
Will we all survive this encounter?
I'm preparing a spell in case.
Does that include our
Things are
horses?
set. Things are
Mentally, I
set.
would be including that in all, yes, but
So yeah, you pull the cart to a halt, and Pyre stands there looking at the 4 of you. in some kind of rush, are we?
What do you want?
You know, we're just trying to make good time.
I believe you know what I want. You
Want
could
to be
just
friends?
hand it over.
Oh, sure. Give us a second to see if we have it. I'm going to turn to Niev and whisper, did you prepare any protections for fire?
Yes, I did. I have it ready to go if we're gonna fight.
I think it's time we fuck this thing up.
Oh, you think so?
I think so.
Hmm.
He's murdered his last man. Are we into this together?
I think it'd be best to be prepared for that outcome, but I don't think we should actually seek it at the moment.
Why not?
I don't think we're gonna have a choice.
He's here
Well,
in front of
yes.
us.
Yes, I
Are
don't
we in
think
this
that
or
we will
not?
either, but if it comes to that, sure, but I don't want to antagonize him.
Why not?
Always down
We
for
agreed on
killing
this.
shit.
What do we know about him?
We know that he's
He's
working.
a dick and he killed people in front of us when he said
Yes,
he'd
what
let
are
them
you
go.
talking about, Antaeus?
Yes, perfect. That's a breadth of knowledge that we know about this thing, and I'm glad that we're well prepared to fight it.
We are. Are you ready or not?
I mean, you're the smart one. I think you're the one that should make the knowledge.
Yes,
know?
about this creature that I didn't even know existed until we had went and spoke to the Sphinx.
I mean,
Wait,
Yeah.
were you not there when it torched those people in front of us? Or
We know what it is, but we didn't know there was a dragon specifically until around.
right?
that
I'm
time.
just
Yeah,
confirming
so
that you were there when
Antaeus-
it like killed people.
Yes,
or
but
whatever.
Antaeus' argument here, if you're not catching it, is that discretion is the better form of valor. That
Yes, we
taking
know
the time
what
to
we've seen.
like find out information could be more valuable than attacking. I am not
But-
by saying this, by the way, I am not defending what Ryan is saying or his character. I am doing what a GM is supposed to do, which is clarifying some confusion between players and other players.
Yes, that's exactly what I was. I mean, if we have to, yes, but I don't want to make things worse. I'd
What are
rather.
you talking about? We agreed we would fight this thing. I think we're ready for it. What are you talking about?
Do you?
Yes.
I don't feel very ready for this, but
I feel
I'd rather
like I
not
could take
die.
3 of those things on.
You're all taking a very, very long time. Perhaps
see,
Perhaps
I'm
we
rather
could discuss
dumb,
this.
and I just can't figure out if we have the item or not. I'm not the brightest person. Why are you moving closer? That makes me really.
I'd like to
nervous.
help you with your discussion. Perhaps I could provide some insight, give
But
you
you see,
a little
last
light for your ideas.
Last time you were near us, you kind of killed someone, so I don't really feel super comfortable with you helping.
You offered the person to me as part of our deal.
You know, you really minced words and kind of took our intentions like not how we intended it. You knew we wanted the person to live, and you killed them anyways. That was not the spirit of the deal.
You
were trying
saved
Ugh.
many people's lives in your action.
Gulron pulls his warhammer out and points it at Pyre and says,
You know damn well what you did. And I'll smash your skull if you take a step forward.
Well, that's sad, because now we're going to have to roll initiative.
to.
Hold on. I need to clear the initiative first. Let me add you guys and put your initiatives on there that rolled earlier. 1 sec. So, Gulron and Liev.
Damn, Goron rolling a good initiative today.
"The gods are with me."
He fired up and ready to kill some pyre.
Unfortunately, I feel like Gulron wants to fuck this thing up very badly.
oh yes, I know that he does. This is
'Cause
exactly
he-
what I would expect.
He like
Goron
burnt
to
those
do.
people right in front of us, and I was
Oh,
like super.
Pyre! Why was that a? Oh,
And
wait,
he gave
hold
us
on.
a dead
that
body.
should be 4 higher. I don't know why his improved in it is not triggering.
And he gave us a dead body to send back with us.
Yeah,
so-
this guy was like super triggering for me.
Oh, I 100% understand why Goron and Ivy want to kill this thing.
And yeah, I think before we see how this resolves, we're going to go ahead and take a short break. And when we come back, we'll see what happens with Pyre. See you shortly. we're back. Pyre stands before you. I inadvertently did that thing I'm really good at and closed the turn order. Let's bring this turn order back up. Let's make sure it's sorted in order. And Ghoulrun, it does look like you lead the initiative.
I look at Pyre and I say, I vowed that day that you burnt that man, that you'd pay for your life. Today's that day.
And I cast Divine Presence on the party. To summon the power of Kruz.
It's under the effects of Sanctuary.
Yes.
Very good.
The DC is 21. And I don't know if I can ready movement, but if not, I'm standing still waiting for protection, but yeah.
Yep.
That is my turn.
You can't because readying something is a standard action.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, I'm waiting for protection.
Niev.
I am going to cast Communal Protection from Energy on the party.
Very nice.
And obviously choosing fire.
Yep.
How many points do we have? 90?
With the
9
duration,
times
it's
12.
duration split
9.
with this, right?
108.
Yes, it's split.
Yeah, it splits the damage amount, I think, amongst
Okay.
everyone.
And you have 108 points of fire resist. Or of fire shielding. Ivy.
I had one quick question because so resist energy and this don't stack, right?
I think. Hold on, I need to pull up resist energy again.
Yeah, I couldn't remember because this basically just kind of gives you almost like a DR type thing too, but I don't know if
The
it
spell's
can.
effects, communal protection from energy overlaps and does not stack with
There it is.
resist
I thought it
energy.
was in there. Yeah.
Yeah. The protection spell absorbs the damage until it's exhausted, and then your resist kicks in, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, if I choose to do that, but I just wanted to know for.
Thank you, John, for pulling that up.
It's in her spell.
Oh, is it? I'm looking at it. The wording is so tiny because I keep looking at it in my stream chat and not my personal one. So, Ivy, what do you want to do?
Okay, well, for these next 2 rounds, I'm gonna have Blur and Haste, so I'm swift action going into Rage.
Okay.
Blur and Haste so that I can move farther. So with Haste, that'll give me a movement of 60. Because I kind of don't want to be grouped up over here. So yeah, I can move to that square. Pretty sure. Holy, this is weird.
We'll wipe that smirk off his face.
Actually, I think I would have. Yeah, I'm gonna move right here so that I'm hoping if he decides to breath weapon, it won't hit everyone.
Sure.
And I think that's actually that was just a regular movement. I'm going to. I don't know anything about this thing and what it's immune to, but I am going to. For the moment, I don't want to cast this and have it held in my hand,
Ryan.
so I'm.
You have a -1 to your next attack.
Oh.
Keep going.
I'm putting a frigid touch in my weapon right now.
Okay.
Can't prove
What
it.
did Ryan do?
He's doodled on his picture.
Oh no.
I gave him a mustache.
Don't annoy me, boy. Don't annoy me.
Bird?
Pyre goes. Pyre's gonna just take a few steps forward. I could pretend I didn't do what you just did, but the punishment is in this part. And he breathes fire straight forward towards the horses.
What a douche.
Who... Let me roll this fire damage that I forgot to put in the thing. It's a macro, which is very, very bad GMing.
You're a sadistic bastard, Pyre, who only takes the joy and suffering of creatures.
And it is a 40-foot cone. So From here, that will also get some of Ghoulrun and Hunter's fire resistance off. The amount of damage dealt is reflex save with this, 41 points. The horses, I think, cannot survive it, even with
Probably
the successful reflex. Let me double check. So Ghoulrun, you will fail, reduce 41. Ivy or Niev, you will take half. So you can reduce that from your composite total.
Actually, Hunter, if he reflex
sorry, Hunter.
saves, he takes no damage.
He has improved evasion.
Yeah.
Very good.
That's a good
The
boy.
horses, on the other hand, will make their reflex saves and go down.
Is it a knowledge check to know are we like fucked out here without any horses, or are we able to like move this cart, or?
You'll have to figure that out when the time comes. You'll figure that out post combat, not.
Well, I was debating like resurrecting them next turn.
Oh, okay.
Jeez. You can only send a
Despite
message to somebody.
Well, you don't have a
this
way to
up,
move
right?
horses otherwise. That's the thing to think about. So,
Okay.
Antaeus.
Dude can smooch my gooch. I suppose if we're gonna do this, then we should do this. She is all the way over there. Not a big fan of that.
Well, I was hoping I could save the rest of you from being burned on, but he's kind of a sadistic asshole, so.
Almost
you're
like
good.
Goron taunted him or something.
Mm.
You're good. I just suppose we'll plop over to there, and then actually, yeah, I guess I might be able to do both of that. So I guess I'll just prepare a spell, and then I guess next turn I'll whip that and nay that at you. I don't think I'd be able to do all three.
So you're tossing this at Ivy?
Yeah, if I can, because I also had to move too. I didn't know if I'd be able to do all three of those. And if not, I was gonna prepare.
No,
for
because
next round,
you'll have
so-
to do it for next round. Yeah.
Yeah,
The attack
so-
action is separate. You put the thing together, and then you can toss it.
Yeah.
In the next round.
'cause I also don't have haste, so.
Ghoulrun.
You'll pay for that one.
I'm going to make sure I have this prepared. Yep. I will swift action Grace.
Okay.
Minus that spell points. That was a level. What level spells is 2 spell? Minus 3. And if I can, I'm going to make my way here. I don't know if that's a applicable spot there.
Yep, that is fine.
Yeah, I'm just gonna use my move, take another move for my standard action, and
Did you increase in size, or is your character just not locked
yeah, I
in
was
correctly?
wondering why.
There
I was
you
wondering if the squares weren't. Oh,
go.
okay.
No,
there.
I don't know what the fuck was going on there, but
Well, I mean, my next spell might cause that to happen, but yeah, I just I want to get in flank with him if possible.
Okay.
Like get in a potential flank. So I don't know if I need to be here or here.
gonna depend on where Ivy's gonna go.
All right, I just try to line up. there.
He
I'll just-
will make a
Forever
will
and all.
save though as you move through that area
for what?
to make an attack
To try
opportunity
to
on you.
attack you.
My grace
Grace.
prevents.
Oh, I did not see that. I'm sorry. I did not look to the side
Goron's
for that.
grace.
Or not Goron's.
Kraskron's grace prevents such things.
And I use I should have a free action available. I use a free action to transfer the AC from my weapon to my AC.
Okay. Niev.
All right. So Niev is going to. Can I cast a spell and then move? Is that okay to do?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to cast Greater Magic Fang on Hunter, and I'm going to get down out of the cart. Hunter is also going to get down out of the cart. I'm assuming that's kind of like a full movement action right now.
Getting down out of the cart is just part of a movement. You can just jump
Okay.
over the edge of the cart.
Okay. So Hunter is going to get out of the cart, and I'm just going to have Hunter. Let's see. I have to remember his speed. Okay, so I'm just going to have Hunter kind of go up towards Pyre.
Okay.
About right here.
Okay. Ivy.
Okay, so if I'm in my spell combat, can I like cast my spell before I like move in? I just haven't done that before. Theoretically I should, right?
Correct, as long as it's a touch spell. Or some other thing. But...
Yeah.
Well,
so...
hold on. It depends. Are you talking about as part of spell combat? You can't make... So spell combat is a full round action attack.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So you can
Gotcha.
5-foot step in between casting the spell.
Yeah, I remember, yeah. So... yeah, I think at this point, I'm just going to cast Mirror Image. Minimum roll, that's
Nice.
fun.
Sweet.
Super fun. Okay, so 4 images. I still have Haste and Blur up, so then I'm gonna move to right there.
All right. Well, you don't have Grace, right?
I know, I do not, so he does get an... But yeah, DC 21, wasn't it?
Right, failure.
Hold on.
Plus these bonuses.
He actually does, and I did not factor them in. He has
Beyond is 14, Mom.
He has a
Jesus.
+1 to all of his saves.
Alright, well...
He passes.
He passes,
What a
so...
bitch.
So he will take a bite out of crime.
Or will he?
Oh!
Is that hit Goron?
Let's check.
Oh!
Bob
This
is on his
is
side.
sick. This is sick here. So take 21 points of piercing, and I need a DC 19 fort save, as
Jesus.
well as. That's
Oh,
already
yeah.
in there. Yeah, that's good.
Fort save success.
Nice. Well done.
Okay,
Make sure
did
that
you
rolled right.
subtract your shield other points today, or no?
I did.
So 11, you 10 me.
11, you got it.
Minus 10. I need to minus these. Okay.
Ooh, and I have to apply this because this is active right now, right? Anyway, he will go. I'm just double checking to see if this is always on. So many effects. Oh no, this happens when he does this part. So he will look at. He will turn from Ivy, and he will look to Ghoulron.
Wait, did Ivy get her attack or no?
I wasn't spell combating, so my action there was literally just cast a spell and move in. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
because I had to move far enough that I can't.
Yeah, my bad.
spell
I thought you
combat,
had
yeah.
an attack.
The fire of his mouth will kind of blacken and turn to kind of an Icarish appearance, and he will strike forward with his mouth to attack Ghoulron.
Will save. He hasn't succeeded against him yet.
Yes. Oh! So he cannot
Your will
attack
is weak,
Ghoulron.
Pyre.
So yeah, the remainder of his attacks then will go at Ivy,
Ah!
and he can attack.
Damn it!
So this is gonna be Claw. Actually, does Sanctuary cancel the attack?
I'm trying to look at that. I'm not sure.
Hang on, I got Sanctuary up.
To save.
The
Yeah,
opponent
if he
can't
fails, he
follow
can't
through for the
follow.
effect. That part of the action is lost. Yep.
Not this turn, buddy.
And he can't attack me for the duration of the spell.
Yeah.
Your will is weak, Pyre.
So it looks like he hits on the blur images.
But he can't follow through the rest of it, right? So he can't turn and attack.
The
me?
rest of that attack. With the attack. And
Yeah,
that part of the
I think
action
Steve
is lost.
specifically targeted me with one attack, so I
Yes.
think he's
Oh, okay.
splitting his attacks. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
That is
yeah.
literally how attacks work. You declare attacks one at a time.
Image check, so that one will pop an
Yu-Gi-Oh.
image.
Okay. Then the other claw. And then the wings. Actually, I think this is the tail. So this is the wings. I think. Make sure I get the buttons right. Wing. It's a miss on the blur. And wing. And a hit from a wing. What a disappointing thing. To just hit from the wing.
7 and 7.
Yep. Let me check one thing real quick about this. But there might be extra damage. Hold on.
It's like I'm blessing your pupper.
Yeah, so you're gonna, I need you, are you good aligned, Ivy?
I believe so. Yes, I am.
So you are going to take an additional 10 points of damage, and need to give me a fortitude save.
Another one?
You are going to take half of this roll as well, which is negative energy damage. So take half of this, and you feel,
3.
you do not feel fatigued.
So does this stuff all get split the same way?
Yeah, this would all be split the same way.
So 5 and 5 for the first thing, and
Mhm.
then you'll take 2 and I'll take
2?
1. for
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Cool. And Teus.
Alright, I'm gonna attempt to hit. I guess I'm gonna attempt to hit Ivy with this.
Okay.
12.
So that just has to hit the square. So you don't hit the person, you hit the square.
Okay, but that still counts as an attack, right?
That is, well, you're hitting the square.
I mean,
They-
attack.
they
Does
breathe
that
it.
automatically lower his bomb total?
No, I was asking specifically because of the thing that I did a few minutes ago.
Yeah, you hit the square because hitting a square is DC 10.
Okay, good. So I'm just hitting her with that, so she, it's that fluid form.
So what does that do for me?
I'll throw it back up. It will.
I think mainly he's giving you 2 for the DR. I think you get some DR.
Yeah, you do get some
Ooh,
DR
10
slashing.
slashing.
You get a swim speed
And
of
you-
60.
Your reach
and your-
increases by 10 feet. Damn.
Ooh, that's good too.
Yeah.
You pass
Okay.
these small
Slippery
holes
one.
and narrow openings. Go inside him. Ooh,
Yeah.
bite him from the inside.
No.
Go up his butt and like make him explode.
Alright, DR 10 right now for slashing. DR 10. for
Unfortunately, I think he does have some slashing attacks, but better than nothing.
He has. We'll talk about it in a minute.
Oh, no, we don't need to talk about it. It's
okay.
okay. He doesn't have what you're saying.
So it's gonna be useless.
Goal
he can
round.
swim faster.
The
Alright,
reach could matter.
Yeah,
I will
By
mop higher
10 feet
by.
is crazy.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it means I could be 15 feet away,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Like,
So you have longer reach than him, maybe.
I could reach him, like, theoretically. My character is, like, messed up. with this
Yeah,
screen.
you guys have. This has like the old minis on it, I think, is the problem.
So yeah, so I could be, like, right there, theoretically, and reach him. It's
Yeah, if I
crazy.
would have hit you last time, you would have been able to hit him with your attack, but unfortunately, I had to get down to be able to hit
Yeah.
you.
Hold on,
Yeah.
I'm gonna switch out your Ivy mini with the better Ivy
Okay.
mini.
Cool.
Like I just slid in on the side of the screen.
All right, Ghoul Run.
I will mock Pyre by casting spells in his face and bless everyone within 30 feet of me.
Yes. Niev.
All right. So Niev is going to cast Summon Nature's Ally, and she is going to choose a medium ice elemental.
Okay.
Nice.
And Hunter is just going to basically move in on Pyre.
Forget the blessing.
Yeah, he's going to do. Oh wait, that's my character sheet. It's all hunters. Okay. He's going to do the extra attack.
There you go, Jess. Got a nice elemental there.
All right. Thank you.
That will hit.
Good pupper.
And then he's going to do his extra attack from Fervor.
Yep.
Nice job.
All right. Good stuff.
That's my turn.
Did I get skipped? I'm like not.
You did.
Oh,
Oh,
'cause you
because
moved
I
your
moved your
token.
thing. Yeah. Hold on. I forgot that removing a token just wipes them off the initiative.
It's like, I definitely should have been going before Pyre.
Yeah, you go
I
on
think I was-
17. Go ahead. I'll add you on there and I'll correct this. You take your action.
Don't forget you're blessed.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Sorry, I need to give dishes. Sorry.
It's okay.
Don't be scared, Ivy. We can take this. You seem frozen in fear.
I am spell combating now. I need to re-enter rage, so this time, why didn't my rage rounds went away? That was 8. This time I'm choosing the resist energy
Okay.
fire in case my shit goes off, but whatever. And displacement, and then from fervor, I'm taking the extra attack action. I'm going to cast Shocking Grasp and Defensive
Ooh.
Concentration. So now we have a ton of attacks, and let's see how this goes. And I got flank bonus to these.
Let's go, Ivy.
That will miss.
With flank bonus?
Oh wait, hold on. Let me double check. I forgot you said flank bonus.
Flank. So it'd be 25.
That will hit.
Okay.
Come on, Ivy.
And I'll release the Frigid Touch from my weapon with it.
Yep.
He'll get staggered. And then...
You notice that for some reason he does not get staggered, but he does seem to be extra hurt by that frigid touch.
Cool. Okay.
8 will miss.
That's gonna miss. But then I have my second spell attack that'll
Nope.
probably miss, and then hasted attack. Come on, 22.
No, just shy.
Such bad rolls today. I have a lot of bad rolls, but okay.
All right. Higher will go. His mouth burning with darkness. And he will
I'm afraid I was really hoping to do more damage to
try
him
to
in
do
one
everything
round.
here right.
And stagger him, and he's not staggered.
As the blackness is there is a tinge of black outline around his fangs that appears, and he will lean in and take a bite out of Ivy.
Is that a spell of some sort that I could
Oh,
craft?
did you
It is not a spell.
out of curiosity, did you adjust my displacement and blur to include the
Yes,
extra
I did.
9%? Okay, cool. Just checking.
Yep. Bite on Ivy.
What was that, like a 2?
That was displacement. Did you cast
Yeah.
displacement?
I had to switch. This was the round where I had to switch my
I
stuff
gotcha.
up, so
Okay.
I said the resist fire
Nope,
and
you're fine.
displacement.
So this is round 2,
Three.
3? We're on round 3?
Yeah,
Let
this
me
is
throw a
round
current
3.
round tracker in here.
Yep.
So I blurred on, or I blood raged on my first round, had it for 2, we're on round 3, I had to rage again.
So then he's got his other attacks. Claw. Claw. Jesus.
And strong, Ivy.
Wing. Or I'm sorry, tail. The tail's on Hunter. The tail is on Hunter, but
Oh,
that will
okay.
affect the next
Okay,
the
the
other
next
thing.
one on me.
Yeah, so does the tail... Oh, he's got a will save versus Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Success.
He makes
Oh.
it, yeah, and that'll hit Hunter.
Alright. For 18. So I'm gonna roll this wing, but this wing misses if it hits So it does, and then the second wing,
Who's that on?
you.
Okay, I just wanted to be sure.
Yep. Damn.
That macro broken.
No, it's not.
I mean, it's
Alright.
59% chance to miss now, so.
All right.
It's really
You're
good.
God.
Antaeus.
Alright, I will take the extra attack because that will allow me to cast a spell and attack, yes?
No, not technically, because you're not making an attack as part of casting a
True.
spell.
I couldn't remember what we were doing last time. But that's fine.
You could choose something else if you.
I don't know if anything else really matters too much, but let me check. Actually,
Oh, I'm sorry, Antaeus. You were out of the range of blessing of fervor. You were not blessed.
okay, that's fine.
You were too far.
That's
yeah, sorry.
fine.
Okay.
It's all good. I suppose I will. Well, damn. Yeah, I don't like this. Guess I'll just prepare a channel vigor. And
Okay.
then, yeah, I guess that's it.
We'll run.
Kraskron, bless us!
Okay. Niev.
Okay, so the ice elemental, he'll get the D20 plus.
So
8.
I want to see this ice elemental's movement to get to there. And
I thought that I could just summon it.
what's your
there.
summon range? I thought the range on this was like 30 feet.
Let
I
me
think
make
summoning's
sure.
a bit longer, maybe.
I thought
Let me
Nature's
make sure.
Ally
I
was
thought
the
that-
shorter.
Oh, Nature's
range
Ally
one.
might be short. Yeah, maybe.
I don't remember. I honestly don't remember.
I don't either.
Which is why I'm saying.
25 feet plus 5 feet per 2 levels. So
Ooh, yeah, that's pretty
that's
short.
45 feet.
So I think
So
you
it
could
could-
summon it
it
next
could-
to Ghoulrun. Or
Oh.
Okay.
here.
Okay, I'll just summon it there.
Okay.
So then the D20, and he has the extra strength, so that's plus 8, right? Like normally it's plus 7, but with the
So
extra-
you
Plus
get
one
half
more.
of whatever the bonus you're adding to your strength to your attack roll.
okay, that's right. Then-
Was he there when my bless went off? Probably not, right?
No,
So
he
he's
would not have
No.
been there.
That probably will not hit.
That will not hit.
Okay. Hunter will attack.
Holy
Hunter
shiza.
will hit.
And he'll be using his extra attack as
Yep.
well.
That will hit.
Yes, with the bless.
Yep.
Yes. Okay. And then Niev wants to try something.
Okay.
So she's going to move forward about 30 feet. And that should put her. Yep. Okay. And she is going to attempt to cast Baleful Polymorph on you.
Okay.
Spell resistance if he has any.
One moment. There is something I have to double check here. Okay, I need to remember I need to make sure his bonuses are factored in. So I'll throw this in here real quick because I didn't add these to the character proper. And I would hate to be off by one. Getting that. Make sure there's not anything else.
You didn't tell us about this one, Niev.
I literally did.
Did you? I don't remember.
You weren't
I thought you-
listening.
I thought you just
All right.
told me about the. Oh.
So, what is Pyre changing into?
A bunny.
Okay. One sec here.
Stealing Ivy's glory.
I just like seeing things die. I don't care how they die.
One moment.
Cut the bunny's head off.
Jesus.
Bye bye, bunny.
He also gets like a will save or something to see
Hold
if
on.
he
I'm-
loses. Okay.
Something fancy's gonna happen. Steve and his fancy stuff.
Yep. So he gets the fort, and then he gets a will save. And then let's look here. Okay. Well, sometimes the dice do tell the story. And sometimes things do transform into small things. And sometimes that is all it takes to end a problem. So, there is a small little rabbit that sits there.
I'm stabbing
Really
this
are.
thing. Stabbing this
You
rabbit.
stab it?
Yeah.
Okay. Ivy, you
Oh, God.
feel a hand on your throat as you stab this.
What the
And
fuck?
you hear words whispered in your ears.
Oh shit. I'm gonna have another death curse.
It's too bad. It's too bad you all just don't get it. You really, really, really don't get it.
Don't get what? I'm pretty dumb. You're gonna have to explain it to me.
The mistake you've made. You see, the agreement was broken. Yes, but it just means that they can start to interfere in problems. But you, my dear, you've just created war. I hope you enjoy it.
Awesome. I do enjoy combat.
Good. Because his mama's gonna be really angry.
Oh, fun.
And I plan to make sure she's well aware of what you've done. Enjoy your little bunny corpse.
Alright. I'll cook it and eat it tonight.
Ooh. Yeah, so the rest of your travel will be
Non-existent because the
relatively
horses are dead.
uneventful. No, I mean, well, yeah, actually, that's a good point. You don't have a way to travel unless somebody's got something in their retinue to do that, because the horses are most certainly dead.
Yes, I don't think you've found that spell that summons horses yet, have you?
No. I actually did not look for that.
Are you able to do that? Perhaps we should pick that up.
That's a good question. Which spell was that again?
Mount, communal mount, I think.
Uh,
I don't know if you can learn that one.
no, I cannot.
Oh. It's a mega spell. Can you learn that one, Ivy?
Well, unfortunately, my ability to learn spells is pretty limited. I'm a different kind of caster than you guys, so I have to know when I reach a new, like power level. I have to decide what to pick, and then I'm kind of stuck with them.
Well, if you want to reach a new power level, we could initiate that to some degree.
I mean, if we want to make that happen, then maybe I can learn it, but
How far
I
are
mean,
we
I don't know
from
how.
Megiddo?
You are about, what was it? It was about 6 hours out.
So we're closer to Levi than Megiddo, or
No, you haven't reached the halfway point, but you're close to the halfway point.
Well, should we push on and just try to? Are we able to just pull the cart with manpower, or no?
Not with manpower.
Okay.
This card is way too big for that.
No. Okay.
Hmm.
Should we? Someone stay with the cart, or we just leave and risk leaving it and come back with horses, or?
We could see if are there any wild horses around here? Maybe we could tame some wild horses.
Are you good at taming wild creatures? I am not good at this.
I'm pretty good at that.
Oh,
Do you have a way to contact that guy that teleported us before? Or someone from the ministry, perhaps I could send a message to him? Maybe he
not
could bring us
today.
some fresh horses?
I could send a message tomorrow, but not today.
Hmm.
I have not prepared that spell.
Hmm.
Let's see.
But Gluron will look at this like rabbit corpse and
Yeah,
he'll say,
it is pouring out black blood on the ground.
"Ugh."
You want to
Maybe I
eat that
won't
thing,
eat that.
Ivy?
No, when I said that I didn't see it was bleeding black, that's gross. No.
But Gluron will say a silent prayer for the people that this creature killed, hopefully sending them some semblance of peace in the afterlife.
And Antaeus will study it from a distance.
Yeah, Gulran, can I get you to give me a knowledge religion here?
Sure.
And actually, I think, Antaeus, you can also give me a knowledge religion if you have it.
Oh, I do. I just didn't know if it was my place to suggest that.
Both of these are relevant. I was thinking about it in this particular case. So, Gulran, you're not really sure why I'm asking you to give you this knowledge religion in the first place. Antaeus, you remember the agreement that was spoken about. The agreement between the, that was supposed to be the agreement between the dragons and the people. No blood of dragons had been spilled yet. A contracts like these usually have two parts. A part where one is allowed to interfere for a purpose, and then a part where all bets are off. Adding together what Ivy might tell you, and what you know, you think there is probably a bigger ramification to this than simply what has happened. And that there may be some particular reason that Pyre didn't just directly attack Knightsbridge and took certain precautions about what he did.
Do I remember the agreement per se, like the wording of it?
No, not the exact wording, because you never really seen the exact wording. You got kind of like a paraphrased version of the agreement. But you know that this is the kind of like religious agreement thing where there are potentially complex like interwoven like pieces of how the agreement works.
Would we know if we have any defense though that technically
We were attacked
Pyre
first.
made the first
Yeah, Steve chose his words carefully. It was all part of getting his book back. So yeah,
gotcha.
but Gluron don't give a fuck.
Yep.
So Gluron kind of like,
Look, all I know is he breath weaponed my group, and so I'm like,
Oh, I
Whatever.
don't deny that the defense is there. The thing is, this is how contracts like this get
gotcha.
broken.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
Pyre
seems
probably
something
didn't
justified.
care.
Yeah.
If you think about Pyre's size, if you think about Pyre's attitude, Pizer is a young punk teenage dragon that lost his favorite thing and wants it back.
Well, he didn't even
Fuck
tell
his
us what he
mom.
wanted back this time. He just said he wanted his thing back.
Because he
didn't give him-
you knew what he
That's-
wanted back.
No, he wanted his symbol, his holy symbol. It's a thought,
so
right?
Gluron will like kind of like slam his warhammer like the hammer downside on the ground, take a knee next to this bunny corpse, I guess, and just bow his head, and in his head he offers a prayer to those people that he burnt alive, and Gluron vows to never trade lives again and never to barter with these creatures as they can't be trusted. And he almost not like begs, but he asks for forgiveness from the man that I think Gluron kind of convinced him to go along with it, to like go with Pyre and everything would be okay, and then it wasn't okay. Gluron kind of says this and then like sheds a tear while look like face down, eyes closed over the bunny corpse.
Give me a knowledge religion. And know that whether you roll high or low, this isn't a roll to identify good versus bad. It's to identify what kind of response you get. So you feel a calming sensation in your chest. You can feel a soul at peace, thanks to your actions. you picture as the tear falls and as you hold the hammer down against the ground, you can feel and see a vision of a soul turning restlessly in a deep casket, and you watch as the soul slowly begins to fade from the casket and join the great beyond.
Does, from my reading of Crossground book, is there any motions of like Catholics do, like the sign of the cross? Is there anything for like Crossground? Is there any like motions I could do, or is it not?
No, Krezkaran is more about not having emotion. One of the ways that you show is you like hold some kind of position for a long time. So if you sat in this pose for like 20 minutes, like this would be sort of a sign of honor, or like a sign of what you are, because it would be like you enduring the like, you know, the pain of the monotony of being stuck in this position for so long.
Okay, in that case, while that was happening, and I got that vision right after it, I would keep my hand on the upside down warhammer, and I would just like open an eye to the party and say, "Figure out the horse situation. I'm giving respect to the fallen ones for a bit here. You may join me if you wish. If you want to show respect, take a pose and stay and keep it as long as you can." And I'll just close my eye back and keep my kneeling pose next to this thing.
Yeah.
Is it still bleeding? Black?
Yeah.
It's continuously doing that. Okay.
It has as much blood on the inside of it as a dragon does.
Well, would I be able to discern anything about the blood and whether or not it's safe to be near this blood?
Give me this would be a knowledge para arcana.
Hell yeah.
So you would know this is deeply tainted blood. And while it's not unsafe to be around, it's obviously not safe for consumption. Worse so than normal blood.
What about touching it?
You could touch it just fine.
Okay, so if it gets on him while he's doing this pose, that
will not affect him in any negative way. Nope.
Okay. I'll join him. I'll step a little further back away while it's still bleeding out, as to not get it on me. And I'll join him in that, and I'll mention maybe we should hollow this ground after we're done here, if you have it, or in the morning.
I can do such things in the morning.
'Cause I wouldn't want this to affect the earth here.
I will be asking Ivy if she'll help me to maybe like dig a shallow grave for the horses.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, you can put the horses to rest. Gulran and Antaeus can show their respects. Antaeus as best as he can, but you find it like very hard to hold this position. You shift a bit.
I'm trying to mimic whatever it is he's doing because I have no idea what the hell I'm doing.
Yeah.
When we finish digging graves for horses, if they're still doing this shit, I'm just gonna like kind of huff and like go over any pose.
Well, a respectful one.
Is laying down respectful?
Sure.
All right, I'm gonna just lay down, stare at the sky.
I'll get in a more comfortable position.
Okay.
And actually, while I'm doing this, I guess I would try to see if there would be any kind of, I don't know. I mean, I'm not one that's particularly adept with the gods and stuff, but trying to like contact the 8, I guess, to see, I don't know, if there is any influence from the 8 in here, because this seems like an 8 thing to do. I don't even know how I would be able to do that. Yeah, I don't even know like if that would do anything mechanically, but as a, I guess a flavor thing, because it seems very odd that this would even be able to happen.
Give me a knowledge religion check as you offer a prayer to the 8. There is no response from the 8.
That's kind of what I expected. That's fine. Let's keep the pose up for as long as Gulron's doing it, I suppose.
Yeah, I would just keep it until I get a sense of like I've given my respect.
Yeah.
So 15, 20 minutes, whatever,
Yep.
whenever I feel.
In the meantime, I'm looking around trying to see if I can, I don't know, track down any horses.
Yeah. So, do you have any ranks in survival?
I sure do.
Give me a survival check.
Very good idea.
Yeah. That's normally, under normal circumstances, it would be much harder to find horse tracks, but you find a pretty clear path to them. You find a pile of mostly consumed horses with singe marks all over them. And if you look about a little bit more, you'll find like tracks for other creatures in the area. There are like all the tracks lead in different. There are tracks that lead in different directions as you like look about. You'll find that there are probably dozens of animals in the area that have all been consumed by pyre. They all have that signature like singe to them, and just the right amount of pieces left over to let you know what he had done.
That little shit. Okay. Well, then that's not going to help. Are there any giant ants that could pull the cart?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I really just put a toy into her power supply? Oh my god.
Oh god, I hope she's okay.
Oh, it hit her power supply, not in.
Okay.
Okay. I was like, what?
Then it probably just flipped the switch.
Yeah.
Well, one is an electrocuted babby, and one is just a minor annoyance. So,
Well,
of the two.
let's take a short break and let her get back. And when we come back, we'll explore more into what Niev is going to find.
Oh boy.
Ugh.
And we're back. So, there was talk of potentially turning into a horse, but a single horse may not do the trick.
And there was also talk of perhaps giant ants.
I don't think you could change into vermin, though. But there are most certainly no giant ants in the area.
Well, anyone have any ideas?
You gonna check the book?
Yeah, I'm gonna check the reference book.
Give me a use magic device.
Actually, before I do that, could I have done this thing that's probably not helped me at all in the past?
Yeah,
and use
you
my,
can do your
congregation?
preparatory stuff if you know specifically that you're gonna try to work the book.
All right, keep on rolling. Actually, I wonder if this would.
Part of me wants you to get this, but so far that has not been how this works. When I want something to happen, it goes the other way. When I don't want something to happen, it goes that way.
Yes, I suppose I will just use my cognition and
Like when the party ruins your 3 hours of planning in 7 seconds. Let me double check. UMD.
I mean, it's a good solid number, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to do.
Would the guidance of the gods help you? I don't know if this stacks with. Gives you competence bonus. Does that help?
Of how much?
+1.
I have no bonuses other than UMD.
All right, so I'll just slap you on the back. Good luck.
You will reach into the book, and you feel like normally this is not enough to pull something from it. Like you've done this before, and you don't quite get the mechanism of it, but this time there's something that's like almost guiding your hand to a specific spot, and you pull out a small, random, like container of some sort of fluid. And on the side of it is written MacGuffin.
Oh God! Throw it to it. I don't say that. What do you got there, Rendeas?
Yes.
Bye!
So with that linguistics, you would know that the term MacGuffin implies some sort of universal solution to a problem that might not otherwise have a solution that kind of fits the situation.
Let's find out what I've got. I'm assuming there's like some sort of cap or something.
Yeah, there's a cap on it.
Nothing immediately happens. and I
Nothing
just pull it
immediately
off, right?
happens.
You know what
Pour
you're
a little bit
doing?
of it.
You're gonna pour out a little bit of it.
Yeah.
It will like go to the edge, but it stays as one form, so it like starts to pour over. And when you pull your hand back, the whole thing will pour backwards.
Okay, in that case, I'll pour it all out.
Yeah. As you pour it out, 2 horses will grow out of the fluid.
I can't put this back in the book, can I? I don't know how
You
to
cannot
reverse
put it
engineer
back in
this.
the book.
What sorcery is this?
That's a MacGuffin spell.
The hell is that?
Yes. It's a good question.
Well,
I don't know.
We should just ask everybody we come across if they know what a MacGuffin spell is.
well.
What is the power of these
do the
horses?
horses look? Are they like the same colors, or do they look like horses now?
They
Or are
look like Quicksilver horses as they
Oh, I
grow up.
see.
Like they look like this kind of fluidic horse that's solid to the touch, but looks very much so like a fluid horse.
So it's clearly like a magical.
It is clearly
line.
some kind of magical thing.
Mm.
That would have been something useful to have said when I was describing the horses growing out of the fluid. But in my head, I envision the horses literally as the fluid shaping into horses.
That's what I thought. I just want to make sure that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'll kind of hold the, I guess before I put it in the bag, I'll kind of hold the vial up to Ivy's face to see if she sees anything.
The vial is not magical, but the fluid is mega magical.
I figured it would be.
But also not magical. Like it like ebbs between being very unmagical and then like gets bright again and then gets soft again and then gets bright again.
Anything a spellcraft can help with?
You can give it a try with the spellcraft.
kind of low.
With this 22, that is enough to know that this is nothing you've ever seen before, and nothing that you can even theorize.
Hmm.
Mm.
Sounds
it
like I
safe?
need to take some drugs. I'm gonna go ahead and make the thing that gives me the
Mage
the
sight.
thing that I'm addicted to. That gives me mage
Yep.
sight. I guess I roll a 6 on this real quick.
Yep. Take 4 points of damage. And yeah, you can look at it yourself and get a relevant knowledge arcana here.
Ooh, that's good to know.
And a spellcraft.
And
Okay, so with the knowledge arcana, you will recognize that this has a similar magic signature to the hat and the circlet that you pulled out.
oh, and it has that same
Yep.
thread sort of thing pointing in the same direction. I'm assuming.
The thread on this one actually isn't there.
Oh,
This
okay.
this just
Interesting.
has that same magical signature. With the spellcraft, you are having a hard time understanding what the fuck this spell does. Like, what does this thing do? Like, it looks like it does everything, but then it also looks like it doesn't do anything.
There isn't anything written on the pages in this book, is there?
There is nothing written on the pages of this book.
Hmm.
But the spell, you feel like, though, what you just thought pretty much sums up this. You, in fact, also get a D6 if you want to see if that D6 helps.
Okay, yeah.
Since you
I was
still have
actually
your
gonna-
cognigen on.
Yeah, I thought that it lasted for a few minutes, but I couldn't remember.
It is a...
32.
Yeah. Oh, you also get a +2 on spellcraft to identify the properties of magical items.
Oh, yes.
Um,
That note that I put in there that I totally forgot exists.
a 34.
Unless the guidance is still active. I don't know if that was one thing or
It's
not.
only one per roll.
Yeah.
I don't know if you used it or anything.
It's 1 per roll. But as you look at this a little more carefully, there'll be a kind of understanding that comes with the idea that this is everything and nothing. This can be the very thing you need, so long as the very thing you need isn't too critical to the circumstance. This is the 10-foot pole when you need to touch something just 10 feet away. This
Get out
is
of jail free card.
this is the pair of horses you need when there's nothing else that will impede your travel to and from where you have to go.
What an oddly specific metaphor.
This is the MacGuffin of MacGuffins.
So this is the kind of thing where he can get the quicksilver horses back in the bottle and use it again? Or is this like a one-time use?
When the use is exhausted, they will return to liquid form.
Okay.
So if there is... I don't want to give too much away because it's really more of a 35 to understand this, or it's more of a 35 to understand this spell, and I do want to give a little bit of a, aw, too bad, so sad, you guys got good rolls otherwise, and now you're just one short. But there is a method to the madness, and playing around with it, you might be able to learn the method to this madness. But I think I've given enough of a hint there that maybe you can figure some of the holes out, or maybe not. I'll leave that up to assumption.
If I touch these things, do they just ebb and flow as well, or
They do have, like, when you touch them, the liquidity of them looks like there are ripples, but to you they feel solid.
2 minutes? I just forgot to check that earlier.
No problem.
Because I would be looking at them for basically the entire time, unless something else captures my eye. Actually, I glance over at the rabbit too, very briefly. to
Yeah,
see if
it's magical.
okay. It's about what I would expect from
It's
a dragon turned into a rabbit.
very clear transmutation magic. It's
Okay.
what you would expect, knowing what it is already.
Okay.
How long do these last for? I thought we wanted to hollow this ground. Do you want to come back and do that, or?
That you don't
Doesn't
know.
hollow take a very long time?
That's a good point. It might.
Hollowing takes 24 hours.
Yeah.
Do we know that this blood has soiled this land? Like, is this land like?
No, from the knowledge of religions, you know that it has not soiled the land. It's just bad blood.
I think we should take this corpse and at least, I don't know, give it some sort of burial somewhere. He was a bastard, but he doesn't deserve to be left out for the vultures.
Potentially poison vultures. I wouldn't want vultures eating that.
Yes.
Yes, we should. I'd say burn it, but I don't know if that would apply here.
Let's bring it to a temple in Levi, if there's any, and see what they make of it.
Just out of curiosity, with the polymorph thing, if this thing dies, does it return back to its normal form at any point?
It does not look to be that way. I've actually been like looking at it over and over again. I don't see anything that says that it would revert on death. It only reverts when the magic is dispelled, and since the magic is permanent,
Okay.
it doesn't go away, unlike an effect that might be less permanent.
I'd hate to bring it to a temple or something and have it turn into a dragon in the middle of their temple.
I mean, if somebody inadvertently has dispel, or you like walk through an area where it would dispel where something would like dispel it, you could be carrying this bunny and then all of a sudden be smashed to death by this giant dragon corpse.
Yes. Keep an eye out for that if you don't mind, Ivy. Make sure there's no dispelling effects on the way into the town.
I'll let you know if I see any magical auras, aka I'm hoping the GM will tell me if I see any magical auras.
No, he will not!
Ah!
He wants
Thank
us
you.
to get crushed to death for ruining his 3-hour encounter.
Well, it's only 10 foot big, right? It wouldn't crush all
Yeah,
of
it's
us.
10 by 10. It would not crush all of you.
Well, yes, but also having a thing that doesn't exist appear in the middle of a temple might cause some alarm for that temple, I would think.
But yeah,
Perhaps we,
go ahead.
No, that's it.
The horses are pre-yoked as well, so it's easy to put them in there. They're like bound by the silver fluid between each other.
Oh, what happened with the horseshoes? Are they still on the floor?
They are still on the ground, yeah.
Anyone know how to attach these things?
I mean, for shits and giggles, I'll just put one next to its foot and see if it just magically does anything.
No, in fact, the horseshoes kind of push away from this.
Well, I don't think the horseshoes want to be on these horses. Maybe they
Well-
don't even need them.
Yeah, just take them. Might be useful for when we get real horses if we ever do.
I will pick up. I don't even. How much do horseshoes weigh?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal.
Did
You're
you
gonna
have something to
take
say?
them off,
Antis?
right?
Horseshoes.
Go ahead and do it.
I'm gonna take the vial while she's presumably taking
Oh no,
this horse.
these horses are like burnt up corpses. Like there's not much effort in getting them off of there.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take the vial and kind of play with it and put it near the horses to see if they go into it. If I try to like scoop them into it, or
Nope.
they're not repelled by it either.
They're
though.
probably
Nope.
not going to do anything until their purpose is fulfilled. So maybe we should fulfill their purpose and like get to Levi.
All right. Let's everyone ready to
Enough.
go?
Ivy talking sense over here.
I mean,
day.
apparently the dumbest one is the one with the most common sense, I guess. Because I think things very simply.
Well, what is your wisdom?
Simply
I wasn't sure if it was one of those things that I could call
Not.
back into here,
10
or if they
average.
just had to. Like if I put them the vial back to them, if they would go back into
Yeah,
here.
they will
so I
not go
wouldn't have to
back
worry
into the
about
vial.
Yeah, so I wouldn't have to worry about the magic running out and not being able to put it back in the vial or anything. So, but I guess that's not going to happen.
The party can make the remainder of the travel to Levi, but you will not. You won't set it until late,
You'll go
as you
on
no
like
longer
you.
have hastified horses.
Oh yeah, I'll channel energy.
Yep.
Before we take off, everyone. Oops, we gotta click on my token.
I'm going to keep like looking at the horses and like seeing how they move and just kind of studying
They
them as we're
move just
going.
like regular horses, but like every step causes the liquid. It looks like if water were made into horses. So like every time they step down, there's like ripples that come up by their hooves.
Do they leave anything on the ground?
They do. They leave prints on the ground just like regular horses.
Well, okay, so they don't leave any of the liquid behind though.
Nope. They're in every way like a regular horse, except for what they look like.
Okay.
Feeling all right, Ivy? Need any more healing?
I mean, I'm still a little hurt. You could just like Cure Light, or if we think we're safe.
Nonsense. Channel Ray.
You're the best.
Or that.
Heal.
I needed.
You
6
jump off the cart and you run a little ways away. Ha!
Care Bear stare her.
Oh my god.
I
but
actually
Deflect this with my weapon.
until that conversation, I didn't realize that the ray got longer every
I
time
didn't
you got a
either.
new thing.
I
And
didn't
then
either. I thought it was always 30 feet.
yeah. So that was like
I'm like,
impressive
oh,
to me. I was
shit.
like, wow, yeah, 120
Actually-
foot range.
I could become a channel sniper. I'm just like,
Get healed, motherfucker.
Just hit him with that Iron Man beam.
but in amongst our travel, can we have a quick conversation?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because Antaeus might be angry if we go around about a lot. So I'll just say,
Absolutely.
Antaeus, I realize everyone actually, I realize I kind of pushed that combat, but we had agreed that we would fight him eventually, and we've just recently come across new powers, and I was very confident we could slay this creature, and I know you wanted to try and talk to it more, but this creature, I vowed to kill it, and we all agreed. I felt I was overcome by passion when I saw it, and I apologize. I don't usually like to make rash decisions like that, but Pyre, he struck a nerve with me.
Oh,
His
it's fine.
disregard for life.
You have nothing to apologize to me for. I completely understand why. I just wanted to make it known that if we had an option not to attack it, I'd prefer not to. But it seems like he didn't make that option available. Anyways.
It's just too bad we couldn't have kept him around in bunny form. He'd have been a nice pet.
Oh,
I am impressed, Niev, you were able to so quickly fell him with that spell. You have become quite advanced in your knowledge.
You're making me useless. It's quite interesting.
I wouldn't say useless. I got very lucky. I was not sure it would work on a creature as strong as Pyre.
I think we all got a bit lucky. And I think the gods favor us righting wrongs. At least that's the
some
way
of
I
them.
see it.
Well, Mommy Pyre is gonna be mad, so we better be prepared.
Well,
What? What are you talking about?
Oh, I think Thoth.
Somebody talk to you in your head
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
Why did you tell us this? What happened? What did he say?
I mean, you guys were kind of obsessed with like mourning the corpse, and
This is very important. Did this thing had a mother?
apparently, yeah.
everything has a mother Goron.
And apparently,
Well-
something about us killing it means war is gonna happen now.
What?
And, Thoth is
War?
sure, yeah, the mom knows what we did. So, Mommy Pyre's gonna come for us.
Hopefully we can settle this in some sort of court of law as opposed to having to fight her. 'Cause I don't think that she has any right to make that claim. He made the advance on us.
Do they have a court that has jurisdiction over dragons?
I don't
Probably
know.
not.
I will inform Ninoslav of this tomorrow.
However, I will
Yeah.
say I will not mourn Pyre. He is an affront to nature. You should have seen the destruction he wrought in the forest.
Antaeus is 100% sure there is no
God.
court of dragons.
Why would I
Good-
roll 19 on that?
Good use of the roll, Ryan. Good use of the roll. This is why you don't roll well on the rolls you need, because you roll the rolls like this.
Flavor rolls.
Yeah,
Alright.
Thoth said
But Niev-
something about we don't know what we did, and now we've started war, and Pyre has a mother, and I don't know.
I fear Thoth
Lots
may
of
have
talking.
manipulated this whole situation. Perhaps this is what he wanted.
I mean, it kind of seemed like they were definitely. I don't know the exact conditions for starting war, but I think it had to do with us killing Pyre. So I think they might have been goading us into killing him.
Probably.
Perhaps when I speak with Ninoslav, perhaps there will be a mission for us to perhaps speak with Pyre's mother. Perhaps there is still yet reason to be mad.
I think Pyre's mother is not going to want to speak with us unless the words
Yeah.
involve a lot of fire.
Yeah,
And
let's
she
say
will die
incantations, I
too.
don't think she's going to want to. Well, I mean,
She's anything like her son. We can do with a little less of these creatures in this world.
that's true, but if she's anything like her son, she's probably like him, but significantly more powerful, I would assume. Probably larger as well.
Then we will be prepared.
Yes, these creatures definitely throw off the balance. Niev is describing like the horses and other creatures she saw in the woods when she was looking for replacement horses. He was clearly eating more than needed and showing off what he did.
Or was he just he knew that he'd kill our horses and we'd potentially kill him, and he just, like, that final fuck you, like, all the horses are dead, ha 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 ha.
To me, it seemed more like this was his hunting ground, but he seems to have just cleared this area of all life, any other thing he ate.
If this is their purpose, they have no place living amongst us with their such disregard for other life.
Well, hopefully now this means that nature can heal.
Indeed.
All right. And with that, the party can arrive in Megiddo. Or, I'm sorry, in Levi. Levi is a city somewhat different than most of what you've seen so far. Levi has around it a large iron fence with little spikes at the top of it. It wraps around the entire area of Levi. And standing outside of this big iron fence are a pair of guards. The guards are dressed in something much different than you've ever seen guards dressed in for a town. They are dressed in like leathers, and they simply seem to have strapped to their waist a sap.
What do I know about the, let's say, history of Levi?
Yeah, give me a history check.
Nice.
Ooh, an interesting time to get that. Levi is not a city in the same way the rest of these cities are. Levi is a place where the wealthy came to sort of retire or make their home. And so deep within the center of Levi, really more so towards the north center of Levi, there is a large enclave of very, very wealthy establishments. And on the outskirts of Levi are what are basically the equivalent of slums. They are slums, though, in a unique way. They are, with this 37, you know that they are the byproduct of the inhabitants of the asylum of Levi. These are the people who recovered from Levi and are trying to start a new life. But also with that 37, you know that life isn't easy when you were already a mess, and when the solution doesn't necessarily always make things better. The people of Levi don't want you around, but they're smart enough to know that the easiest way to control someone is to get them calm, get them complacent, and give them just enough that they don't have to complain anymore. But not enough that they'll be of sound mind.
What an interesting choice of words.
So as you come up, these guards look to you relatively unimposing. But Ivy, these guards are dressed more magically than even some of the Justicars that you have seen in Knightsbridge. They are decked with more magical gear from head to toe than
like,
any of you even.
Spellcraft to see like what some of the items they're wearing are.
Yeah, give me a spellcraft. Ooh, yeah, good stuff. So they have literally every protective element on them: rings of protection, amulets of natural armor. The armor they're wearing is actually glamored armor. This is full plate, designed to look like something else. The saps have some sort of effect on them that allow them to enhance the damage that they put out.
I'm kind of trying to gauge, like, on their magical items too, like what strength these magical items are. So, like, comparatively, like, most of us have around +2-ish items. I'm trying to see, like, how theirs compare.
You would recognize that, like, compared to the armor bonuses that you guys have, they have about the same. Compared to the weapon bonuses you have, they have about the same. The level of brightness seems about the same. Like, if you lift up your arm and you look at some of your items, you'll, like, notice that your magic is about the same level as their magic.
Okay.
Do you have any ranks in gauge?
Nope.
So anybody with ranks in gauge can give me a quick gauge check.
But I will
Yes.
say to the party real fast that they are magically geared pretty much just as well as us and glamored to look like they're not.
Yeah.
Mhm.
In the event that it matters, though, with that gauge, you will notice that they are not necessarily as skilled as you. You're not sure exactly how much, but their stance is either intentionally deceptive, or they are not as skilled as you. It's a little hard to tell which, but they definitely stand in such a way that does not look like they are unready for anything. They're unready for a lot of things, but not necessarily for anything. Yeah, but
Hail! We seek entrance.
welcome to Levi. What be your purpose for arriving here?
Ministry duties. I'll produce my badge. We're here to collect Elizabeth.
I know not of this person.
We'll have to come in and take a look around for her if you don't mind. We were told she would be around here.
And where is she supposed to be?
I'll mention her surname.
That did not
Wrong
answer
joke.
my question, young sir.
Oh,
What was her name? Or I'm sorry, what was she here for? Does she have family here? That surname does not ring a bell to me as any of the families here in Levi.
I believe she was seeking refuge from a town to the south. She traveled up this way, I believe.
We do not take refugees of any sort of martial conflict. Perhaps she was in Megiddo. Did you not check there appropriately?
We did. We were told she was in this vicinity.
What was her purpose for coming here? Why
She saw
Levi?
gremlins.
What did you say?
She saw gremlins.
What is a gremlin?
I don't know, but she said she saw them.
she intentionally gave herself over to the city of Knightsbridge to be sent here.
Ah, so she is in the asylum.
Presumably, yes.
And you wish to seek her out, yes?
That
Yes.
is our mandate.
Yes.
What did you say about mandate?
We're to collect her and bring her back to Knightsbridge to the ministry.
Under official order,
Yes, that is correct.
might I see your credentials?
I will show him my badge.
Very well. I will make the proper arrangements. You may proceed in.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
can I get Niev to give me a charisma check as she's heading in? I'm sorry, not a charisma check, a diplomacy check.
Oh, good.
Much different.
You will hear in your head for a moment. Well, I guess like a whisper in your ears. You will hear, best not be talking about gremlins, though. You're fortunate. You're more pleasant on the eyes than others, or I would have been required to lock you up.
I will respond in my head, not sure if he can hear or they can hear. I'll just say thank you.
You head inside.
Before we leave, I'll just say, is there any rules about casting certain magics in city? I must commune with my superiors. Is this okay? Or
So long as we do not see harm in what you're doing, most of our authorities can identify the spells which you'll be casting at the time that you're casting them. We'll let you know if there's any sort of troubles.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you.
As you head in, as Antaeus knows from his notes, so does he see here in the layout of Megiddo. The outskirts of this place look like they have been hobbled together, assembled from what pieces or what access to minimalistic resources are had to build buildings, put on roofs, build what looks road-ish as you come into town, without real regard for structure or order. Things just seem to be kind of put up. Roads just kind of meander. But one thing is clear towards the elevated portion of Levi that you can see in the distance. A large, shining wall of metal and stone that glistens a bit in the sunlight, with bright houses raised just above the side of the tips of the walls, with heavy glimmers and glints of shine and sheen upon them that you can see. A pristine example of wealth and poverty in their direct parallels.
Those don't seem too ramshackled, I'm assuming.
Oh, by all means, they are the best craftsmanship one could see this side of the world.
Mm-hmm.
I need to go put kids to bed, but you guys can keep going since you kind of had to break earlier when my
No problem.
computer got shut off, but I gotta go do that.
It's all good. I'll make sure that she keeps an eye out for any of the spelling effects still.
What is your plan once you've arrived?
You said it was late when we arrived, correct?
It was late when you arrived. Very late.
Yeah, so
Had
perhaps
you not have
just...
brandished badges, you would not have been allowed in. You're pretty sure.
Yeah, so I guess the plan would be to find an inn or somewhere to sleep.
Rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I don't know if I would not have enough knowledge about the local area to do any kind of knowledge local, but...
Your history check was high enough. I'll give you a knowledge local. It'll be at a slight penalty, but there's still some things you might know about the place. Oh yeah, so you'll be able to find yourselves an inn. Well, an inn of sorts, I should sort of say. Here in one second. Yeah, here in Levi, I don't know why I keep wanting to say Megiddo, but I keep stopping myself at the very last second.
I think you said it a minute ago because you were describing... I don't know if you were describing it because it looked like Megiddo, but...
Megiddo has a bit of a different look. Like, Megiddo is kind of deliberately hobbled together. So there's an ordered chaos to Megiddo when you're there. Whereas in Levi, there is no time for order. It is just chaos. Like, whatever you can do to get a building up, you did to get a building up. Some buildings are slightly better than others, like as you approach the inn that's here. But other buildings literally just look like they were like somebody's last minute, I guess I have to do something here in order to survive.
Kind of like how like some cities like in South America have like just like tin or something, just lean-tos or whatever, just whatever they can.
Very similar to lean-tos. That is a good comparison.
Enough to protect you from the elements, and that's about it.
Yep. But you will find the... Can't I find you? I know you're on here. Go up from for me. You will find the Fat Pilgrim.
This establishment looks as good as any.
It is one of the better constructed buildings in this area. It manages to hold its own as you approach it. There are people kind of roaming about the streets even this late at night, but they seem to be kind of meandering or just leaned up against buildings, or kind of sleeping on the ground in various places. As you pull up to the inn, a couple of people will come slowly wandering up to you. Please, you're going to stay here? Please, will you help us?
What do you need help with?
We're very hungry. We just like some food and maybe a place to stay. You look well established.
I am going to gauge to see if I see any lying, or do they actually look like they're in need of assistance?
No, they look like they're in need. They are very, very emaciated. It looks like it's probably been some time since they've had a good meal, let alone a regular meal. And they look very, very tired. It's likely, based on the way you look at them, that they are in that state where they're too hungry to sleep, and too tired to be able to put an effort for food.
How many of them are there?
There are about 3 of them.
Of course.
Do they look magical to Ivy?
They are not magical in any way.
We can offer you some help. Come with us.
As you get down off of the cart, the horses will turn back to liquid.
Try to scoop them up in there.
Yeah, you can. If you bring the vial close, the liquid will crawl back into the vial.
I'll put it back in the bag with the book.
Should we look on purchasing some new of those, or are you going to plan on using those all the time?
Oh, I have no idea how any of this works, but I plan on studying it.
Well, let's get these people some food.
Yeah, so you can bring them inside. Inside, it is a incredibly silent place. Oh, that's not the track I wanted. Oops.
Combat music starts to roll initial. What?
You can hear the wind kind of blow into the building in various places, but it is almost eerily quiet. People are sort of nursing any food or drink they have in front of them very slowly, very, very slowly. Like, people with large tankards of ale are taking the slightest of sips from these things as they sit there and stare down into them.
They whisper to the party, "This place is unsettling."
I'm assuming you said unsettling?
Yeah, sorry. I guess I froze.
Very much so.
The 4 of you can approach the counter, a very surprisingly well put together. Oh man, what a weird name. How do I even say that?
Jaxley.
Okay.
Oh.
A very sort of well constructed, considering that it's made up of bits and pieces of various things you might find around a few different places. There's there's a bit of a hammer in this, some ladders. There's a piece of what is probably from off of a cart on here. One of the legs is partially a bit of a mop or a couple of other things. And yeah, you can approach the counter where behind it stands a gentleman by the name of Jaxley. They introduce themselves.
Bad person. I just want you to know that. I'm mad you remember that, but you're a bad person. Do they look like they are moving any differently than the the rest of the people in the tavern?
They seem to be doing better than most of the people. Ooh, thank you very much, John.
My anniversary too. Greetings, Jaxley. We
Hello.
are looking
Oh,
for
nice.
some room and board and some meals for these people. I'll motion to those 3 people. Of course, I will pay for these things.
That's much appreciated. What do you, where do you hail from?
We are from Knightsbridge. You're working for official business.
For the ministry.
And if you have a place to store our cart around back or something, we have a cart we are transporting.
Yes, I think I can handle that for you.
Excellent.
If you will, then I will. If you're looking for room and meals, this can be provided for you at a cost of 2 silvers per person.
Okay. So there's 4 of us plus those 3 people.
About how many people are there in the room that were in the tavern area or whatever?
There are like probably 5 or 6 people down here. Otherwise,
Okay, I'll just give him another 2 gold just to take care of whatever.
he'll pick up the gold and then he'll cough for a second. Sorry, bit of allergies.
That's fine.
Well, if you that'll cover helping rein in that cart and perhaps some information. We're looking. Perhaps is there horses we can purchase in town?
Horses. Around here, not likely. Horses are a particularly hard thing to find.
Well, we'll make do then. If you could give these people a room for the night and a meal, I'd be greatly appreciated.
You've paid for such things, so it would be my honor to do so. Excuse me, did one of you interact with some kind of like, fluffy animal?
Like my wolf?
Oh, is that what that smell is? I'm sorry, I haven't.
Oh,
Apologies, we can.
Are you
If it-
allergic?
Yes.
I
think so.
apologize. I had no idea. But I can actually help with that. I will cast Carry Companion on Hunter.
Yeah, you do that, and can I get Ghoulron, since he's been doing so well with these, to give me a gauge check?
Here comes a nat 1. Oh
No.
better.
So you notice, like, you can have a little bit more dialogue as she does that, like, while Jaxley is getting the keys together, and you'll notice that, like, Jaxley is really hamming this up the more that this goes on. Like, they're just like, it's so hard, but they'll like get the keys together and put them down for you. We don't normally allow pets, and I don't know. It seems like I'm still having a reaction to that thing.
To the stone?
I don't understand it, but I'm very, very allergic to animals.
Bless your heart.
So is my gate? Is he like faking, or I can't really tell? Is he
No,
just, like...
there's a very clear, like, there's no way that this thing is still affecting them in this
Is
stage.
he
Okay.
just trying to get more money out of us or something?
You can kind of infer what you want from why somebody would do this, but the thing that the gauge tells you is very clearly this is all for show.
All right, settle down. I'll
Maybe
turn to
we need
the
see
3.
a healer. Get that looked at.
Oh, that's true. Goron, maybe if you cure light wounds to him, you would help him.
No.
Yeah.
I've seen many healers. They unfortunately
Yes.
say not even a removed disease can get rid of this affliction.
Yes, I'm afraid what afflicts you it cannot cure. Let's give him like a stern look.
they'll look back at you, and then like kind of scoff. I don't know what you're implying.
No, nothing. I'll turn to the three people and say, I only paid for a night, but is there anything I can help you with? Perhaps some more money for a few more days to help you get back on your feet?
If you could, that would be most generous. But even just a meal for tonight is more than we could have asked for.
I will hand them, there's 3 of them you said, so I'll give them 5 gold each.
Do you have this in coppers?
In copper?
And a place that we can hide that?
I've got like 150 copper.
You aren't allowed to carry gold with you?
We'll get mugged.
Oh.
You don't carry around that kind of money.
Is crime rampant in the city?
Not to someone dressed like you, good sir, but for us.
Most of the people here probably can't defend themselves.
Yes.
Well, what do the guards do? Don't they help defend you?
The guards are here to protect everyone from us. Well, everyone that matters from us.
Yes.
And occasionally to break up a fight with violence.
Everyone that can afford protection, I'm sure.
Yes. The city is very... What you can pay for is what you deserve.
All right. Well, I'll tell the party if you only have any copper you want us to get rid of. I'll hand them 150 copper.
Bless you. Thank you.
I'll also hand them 150 copper.
Give thanks to Kraskaran.
But
I'm gonna
here's
pull up
the
Mother
issue
Teresa
of
here, so I'm gonna give them aid, but then I'm gonna like sit with them while they eat, and I'm gonna talk to them about Kraskaran while they eat.
They'll accept it.
I'm gonna be whispering to them, you can ignore him, it's okay.
I don't see a reason to. He's a very nice man who's helped us out. I would gladly hear his tales.
Stuff gets old.
Yeah.
Me, it gets old.
They'll use that money to pay for additional stay here and in meals for a little while.
Yeah, I don't need copper either, so they can have mine as well. Because why am I carrying 152 copper? I don't know.
Same here, but I don't want to just overload them with a bunch of
We just give
copper.
all this
Well,
copper.
they're immediately going to turn it in. This is the only chance they have to stay alive in this circumstance for a little while in a place that's sheltered. So food is included. So they're immediately just going to turn this into additional stay here.
Yeah, but I mean, like, there are a lot of other people here that need help as well.
There are a lot of people
make
here,
them wealthy in the poor area, essentially. So, speaking of which, what I was intending to do with those 2 gold was to pay for the food and stuff for the people that were there. I think I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, that covers all of us and more. So I'm hoping that covers like the guard and stuff. But yeah, I'll just sit with them while they eat and talk to them about the great feats of Kraskaran.
And I'll try to steer the conversation to finding out about them in this town.
Yeah, they don't have a lot that they can tell you about the town, as most of their life has been like getting out of the asylum. And
any information about the asylum once they mention that.
What I want here is I know Gulran's been doing a lot of these, but here, give me another one. I'm going to need another gauge check as they're kind of talking about things.
I gauge the world. There's the nat one.
There's the nat
Perfect.
Can anyone but Gulran do a gauge?
If anybody else has ranks in it, yeah.
Oh.
I intentionally do not.
Well.
So they'll tell you about their time here in the city and about how like it was when they got out of the asylum, and how the asylum really like it did help them like be more together, because they remember their days better now that they're like living instead of like being stuck with their ailments. But life on the streets has been really hard, and every day is very difficult to get through.
Was there anything different about the asylum? It's supposed to be. I mean, when you were in there, were you taken care of as far as like food and drink?
Our needs were cared for. We were fed. We were given place to stay. It was comfortable.
Were you given anything else, or?
What else would they give us? Treatment, if that is a thing that someone gives you.
Yes, actually. I'm very curious as to the treatment in the asylum.
We're not really supposed to talk about our treatments. It's a sort of a violation of the policy. Everybody's treatment is unique to them and could tell someone what their condition is.
Condition, you say?
I mean, everyone that goes to the asylum has some kind of condition when they're brought in. And we are cured of it in our time there.
Conditions like... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Go
Oh, conditions like, I mean, not anybody specific, but are there any specific kinds of conditions that somebody might be sent there for? I'm assuming not like disease or poison or something like that.
It's usually problems of the mind.
Interesting.
Antaeus, it's too bad you can't develop some sort of something for allergies to help that innkeeper.
Yes. Yes, I suppose that would be a good thing to give him. Perhaps they have a treatment for him as well.
I think he needs more than your medicine, Antaeus.
He's recovered. That's how he managed to get here. He's recovered from the major ailments he's had. That's how we all got here.
What kind of ailments are there, though? Like, I mean, not anybody specific, but like, are there any like predominant ones, like major ones that somebody would get sent there for?
I don't know all the things that people would get sent there for, and can get in a lot of trouble for saying some of the words.
Understood.
We don't want to get you in trouble.
Yes, no need to get anyone in trouble. Well, I appreciate if you just give some thanks to Krastron in your nice warm beds tonight.
We'll pray to him every day that we're here, and a few days after that.
Excellent. More I could ever help for. It is by his grace that you have your rooms and food.
It is.
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
I forgot that we gave him a bunch of copper, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot how copper converts to gold. Never mind. I'm just bad.
Yeah, we give him quite a bit.
I mean, it's 2 silvers per night, so they're there for quite a while.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, how long are they going to be there? And then I was like, oh yeah,
Yeah, they got like 4.5 gold in total, basically, from all the copper.
Yeah, I did my math so wrong.
And yes, I've been. Yeah, so I guess at some point we'll kind of part ways from their table and just go to our own table. And we'll just we're sitting.
Is this whole place quiet, like, or is it like when we walk near people, do we hear anything? Or
it's quiet in the way that like people aren't really talking.
So it's not a magical quiet.
No.
Okay.
People are just too sad, or maybe don't have the energy to talk.
I have been doing my best to track the days from when I cured you of your afflictions from returning to us, Niev, but I believe tomorrow is a week. Antaeus, can you confirm this with your intellect? I don't want to waste my spell if it's not time yet.
It is correct.
That is correct, yes.
Excellent. I will prepare that spell tomorrow morning for you, Niev, as well as sending to Ninaslav. Is there anything you guys wish for me to specifically include in the message? I'm gonna.
How you can only how long can the message be?
25 words, but I could do multiple if there's a lot to say.
I mean, you might tell him that we slew Pyre.
Of course, I was going to mention the apparent war upon us, but I was wondering if there's anything else specific you want me to mention. I was just going to give him an update that we are in Lviv and we expect to collect Elizabeth.
It's not my fault.
Yes, I'm not going to blame you. It was
Oh, yes. probably a good idea to mention how important it is that he's been slayed. And we need to talk to him about that when we get back.
Of course. All right.
Yeah. That's a good idea, though. I think I'll follow suit, sort of, tonight and do a little bit of that as well.
Yeah, so I think we just relax, have a few drinks, celebrate our little victory, and then head to bed eventually.
We should probably. Do you think we should keep watch as well?
Well, that might be a good idea. Well, I don't. Yeah, that might be a good idea. I do have.
We don't want anything to happen, especially with us walking in, and we clearly don't look like the people here.
Yes, that's a good idea. If you have magic to keep us up, or excellent.
Okay.
No, actually, I don't. I actually have things that keep me asleep.
Niev does, though.
Good, because I was talking to Niev, not you.
Oh, good. Sorry.
I understand it wasn't clear. I was speaking to you all, kind of. Anyways, let's get some rest, question mark, if we're all staying up. Whatever.
Whatever you choose to do, you will find your way. You will find that the evening passes without any issues. The people here are not in a position where they would want to even take a chance of accidentally waking you up and being slaughtered on sight.
What?
I
You would
also learned-
slaughter them on sight.
No,
Just
but I
throw 'em
mean,
into bunnies.
So, for example, if Ivy were to hit, Ivy
Oh.
would insta-gib one of these people. If
Right.
if Antaeus were to accidentally drop a bomb on one of these people, they blow to fuck up.
Yeah, I would hit a Niev for like about 5d4 damage. I mean,
Jesus.
Yeah, that's probably about how that would go.
Yeah, it'd be really sad.
well, yeah, but I don't know if I didn't know if there was like any other people, like anybody else, maybe the town guard or somebody that would have seen this when we came in. But just
No,
to be
the
safe.
guard is only interested in keeping the peace for the people that they need to keep peace for. And
They
the
could
rest
pay
of
for
this
it.
society has not been able to hobble itself together well enough to sort of produce any sort of like major criminal network because there's just not the resources here to do that. And anytime something like that would assemble, it would freak out the wealthy, and here comes the guards to squash any chance of that.
Yeah. Tonight I'm gonna do the normal things. I'll do my detect scrying. I will also do my polypurpose panacea for the sleeping thing. There was something else. Dream shield.
It is
And,
actually very important for two reasons that occur. Your detect scrying spell will come alive.
That's a good point, actually. Would it have come in alive before? Because it is a 24-hour duration, and I've been casting it every night.
No, your detect scrying would come alive right now in the middle of the night.
Oh. I also, before we go to sleep, I would study my the journal a little bit as well.
Let me change something up here.
Actually, I should probably double check and make sure. I think I have to target something with detect scrying.
Nope, that's not the right track. Damn it.
Oh,
Why do I
no.
always confuse that with the other track? Just use this one.
Oh no, okay, good.
So give me the spell list again, because I think I have this correct, but let me make sure.
The spell list of
Detect
What you're
scrying.
doing.
Okay. I didn't know if you wanted all the things.
Yeah,
that I
all
was
the
gonna be
things that you
doing.
cast again.
Polypurpose
I think
panacea,
one of them was Dream Shield, right?
Dream Shield, detect scrying. And I believe the polypurpose panacea. What was that for? That
So
was for the lucid dream one.
before you head to sleep, you will see the detect scrying, or you will feel the detect scrying. I guess it's a picture of a piece of mirror and a miniature brass hearing trumpet. So yeah, you will see like a reflection in the mirror as you're casting it, in fact. And it originates from within the area. You can give me a caster level check here.
Okay.
Are you kidding me, game?
And then for that I just click the.
You just click your level on the on the spells page, where it'll say like Alchemist 9.
Ah, yes, thank you.
Oh, that's so disappointing in some ways, and so nice in others.
I don't know if my Dream Shield affects that at all.
No, this is before the Dream Shield would have happened.
Oh, okay.
Because you specifically, when you said it the first time, said detect scrying first. You feel, at first, a presence look upon you. And you kind of look to where it kind of reflects off of the mirror, off the piece of mirror that you've laid down and are kind of putting together for this component. And you can see in the distance as the mirror kind of fades away, a small circle in the sky behind you. And as you look up, and to it, you can see back into the window. You can see a figure hunched over a desk, looking at a mirror. The figure is wearing a, one second here. We double check something. He is a humanoid figure. Hold on a second. I just need to get my notes here. He is wearing kind of a dark coat, and has some sort of has relatively short hair, and has some sort of eyewear atop his head. As he looks over you.
I've never seen this man before.
Never before. But you get the sense he is an incredibly near, impossible distance away from you. That he is so far away from you that it should be impossible for him to see you.
Well, that's very interesting, because that also coincides with what else I was going to be doing tonight. I was going to be using a dream to, I believe the only name I still have is, well, I guess I would know Brianna, so I guess I could contact Brianna and let her know, kind of update her on what's been going on. Instead of bothering, why can't I remember?
Poor Constog.
Yeah, poor Constog, playing the middle woman.
But this figure will just simply watch you. And now seem to watch you with even more interest.
I'll kind of like move a little bit to see if the eyes.
It'll like turn its head to kind of follow you as it looks over this large mirror it has laid out on a table.
I don't know if you can hear me. I don't know why I'm whispering.
Roll me a percentile die, a D100. Ooh. You hear... Oh, hold on. You hear, first of all, what you do hear in the background. A myriad of sounds, like there are voices everywhere, but you are able to kind of push them aside, but it is a...
Does it sound like when I put on that hat and I kind of had to focus on one of them?
Sort of.
Okay.
Only the focus here is much more clear. You will hear... Have I done it? Is it you? Is it me?
What are you talking about? You scrying on yourself? What's happening?
I think I am... What are all these other voices? You hear them too, right?
Yes. Who are you? Why? Wait.
Okay, listen. I don't think this is going to work for very... Everything is difficult.
I'll put up the brass trumpet. I don't know if that's gonna do anything, but
You'll see in like your ability to see this person, them like kind of hunch in a little bit closer to the mirror as well. Have you discovered your shadow?
yes, sort of. Who are you? How?
Don't shadow again.
Don't shadow again?
No. Don't shadow again.
I'm gonna try to read his lips. I don't know if I even have that ability.
You don't
but...
have a good ability to see his face. You are doing what you can. But
do there appear to be words that he's
there are
saying
words that he is saying that you cannot hear, that are for some reason being cut off. You definitely get the impression that this is something that should not be working in the way that it's working. But you will get the word savant before the scrying ends.
Well, that answers that then. I believe that lines up with a name that I've heard before.
Just turn to the front of your book.
I do need to look back at that to see if I mean, I assume that I would be periodically studying it throughout the week, like looking at it and when I feel safe and everything anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Or just try to mess around with it to no avail. That's interesting. And I'm assuming that since we're in the room with all these other people, they just watched me do that.
You okay, buddy?
You in the room? What are you doing?
Did none of you see that?
Yeah, I thought you all got separate rooms.
Did we all get
I
separate
thought so.
rooms?
I
I thought
assumed we all
Andreas.
did.
Yeah, just creepily is like, hey, what are you doing in here?
I assumed we all had the same rooms because I wouldn't have
See-
been sleeping in this by myself. I wouldn't trust to be alone in this hot place. Unless nobody wanted to stay in the same room with me.
I thought we had separate rooms just because it seemed like we could afford it, but I don't know.
Because I don't know anything about this place, and I assume that's why we were doing like the keep watch and everything. So I guess we probably should discuss this first. But
I was just going off of what Andreas said. If he thought we were all in the same room, I'd be like, are you okay?
but if not, I would immediately go to somebody's room.
Yeah,
whoever the
I'd say you
closest
can go to
is.
somebody's room and knock. And likely you'd have reason to knock on Niev's door in this particular case.
Yeah, I'll go knock on her door.
I will answer the door. Everything okay?
Give me a knowledge geography with this, by the way. Very important, because you do get an idea of the distance and location the person is.
Try to find
yes.
Niev's room.
No.
Damn it.
So the other reason that Niev would be the logical target is this would have originated from relatively the same location as Mirashad would be on a map.
Ooh.
That makes sense. I mean, I probably would have assumed if I'm hearing it from a specific direction, I probably would have like tried to see if it was like the threads and all
Yep.
the magic. I'll as soon as she says that, I'll kind of like look around and then let myself in, and then just close the door behind us and lock it or whatever mechanic they
Whoa.
have.
There are no walls here.
Do the windows have shutters at all? Or
The windows are just kind of like holes in the wall.
We need
You
to
don't
look
say anything
into
or
an
you start
anvil.
locking her down? What's happening?
I'm just gonna go over to where Ivy's wall is and just start pounding on the wall and just no, I'm not gonna do it.
And then going, oh.
Why would that be the anyways?
Oh my.
For some reason, that's the only time he has any bass in his voice. Yeah. Let's see. You probably didn't hear or see that because it was in my room. But am I still getting a pinging from the detect scrying?
No, that is ended.
Okay. Did that end the spell, or did that just?
No, the spell just ended.
Okay. Gotcha. I just got scryed upon.
Oh, I
A
thought
very
that was illegal.
It was presumably not from around here because it's very illegal. That's why I'm not able to use any of my scrying things I learned recently, unfortunately. But yes, very, very illegal, which is why I've been practicing or I've been detecting scrying for the last several weeks-ish because we've been gaining more power, and especially after the combat with Pyre. Just because it's illegal doesn't mean that it'll stop people from doing it.
That's true. I mean, as a druid, I do have ways of stopping that if it becomes a problem.
Yes. Oh, that's good to know. I was doing my rituals. I was just finished reading my journal, and I'll pull out the dream journal that I have. And then I was preparing. I was doing the detect scrying, and the mirror, it showed face. It showed, well, it was reflecting off the mirror. Was it off the mirror into the?
Yeah, it was. You like happened to catch it at the right point as the mirror was getting ready to fade away, and you could see the scrying sensor behind you.
Okay, I caught it through the mirror, and I saw a person. I've never seen them before. Presumably human, male, short hair, brown, auburn, something like that. Some sort of goggles, and he was speaking, and he became more broken the more he was speaking.
Like, what did he say?
Something about my shadow, asking me if I was him. It didn't sound like he answered anything. I kept asking him who he was. Something about the voices that were similar to when we were in the place of the Sphinx. The voices that I would hear when I was using that headbands that I had gotten from the book. He heard them, saw them, heard them too. Very confused. Actually, here, I'll hand you the thing for the share memory, and then I'll share the memory with you.
Okay. Yeah, you exchange the thoughts between each other, and you have a clear vision of what he saw in the scrying.
That's very interesting. And this was in the direction of Mirashad?
It was somewhere very far, presumably not here. I don't know definitively that it was in Mirashad's direction, but considering that's the only place that I've been sort of contacting outside of here, I would assume that it probably is, or some unknown danger we have yet to encounter.
I haven't ever seen this fellow, but perhaps one of my former party members know him. It is very odd that it would be coming from that direction.
Yes. Very odd indeed. He said something about my shadow and something. I sounded as if it was a warning not to interact with it, but it's kind of broken. The audio was broken. He was saying something, and it just not all of it came through.
That's very interesting. Perhaps the distance made it harder to, I don't know, for everything to come through?
Especially with the protections in Sierra Savant, which leads me to believe that it was outside the country as well, because the protections, it used to be surprising that they would even be able to reach into here.
He must be very powerful, whoever this is.
It must be. Very odd. Oh.
And he said his name was the Savant, or? savant.
Something like that. I feel like I've heard that name before, but I can't specifically remember where. Let me see if I wrote that down anywhere. Kind of rummage through like miscellaneous sheets of paper I have that are just not organized in any way, presumably. It's not the mother. Shadows, not Karas Karan, not Morel. No, I don't have that. Well, if it is from Mirashai, perhaps Brianna or Hanstag, well, they wouldn't be able to respond, but I can let them know. Anyways.
I mean, at least to watch out for this person, although they seem to be more warning you than threatening, so, but...
That's true. That's true. Just... It's hard to know when you don't know who they are. Can't get a background check on them or can't do anything of that nature, unfortunately, so...
Yes. If only some of them could communicate back with us.
That's true. Actually, I wonder. I'm gonna kind of rummage through my mental notes. No, that's not. Let's see if I identify them by some sort of title that leaves no doubt. I suppose dream might not work. I could try it, I suppose, though. It's the worst that could happen. I believe I have to have a mental image of them. Oh, I'm speaking to myself. I apologize.
Okay.
But yes, do you mind if I stayed here? I don't necessarily need to sleep in the bed. I was just going to meditate and try to tinker with the dream stuff a little bit more. Just be in the corner. Just I don't know enough about this place. Even I feel prepared, but I don't. I don't know. Everything about this place is unsettling.
I've got keep watch on, so if you want the bed, if you want to, do whatever, I don't care.
Oh no, that's more than generous. You don't need to. I'll just meditate in the corner for a while. I don't need to sleep very long, anyways, or meditate very long.
Okay.
Hopefully, that's the only M word he does in the corner.
Oh my god.
Sorry. The joke appeared in my head, and it would not let me refrain from saying it.
I'll point to the ring of sustenance I have as well. So it'll only be a couple hours. It'll give me some time to test out some of this dream stuff. Something that I'd like to do soon, anyways. Oh, which reminds me, tomorrow I'll have something that I haven't prepared today. It was a spell that I had purchased, but specifically for you, just in the off chance you'd like to utilize it. But I'll give you the extract in the morning, and then if you feel like you want to delve into it, it might give you a better idea of your fan heritage, although I have no idea how it will affect you. So, I have an idea of how it should affect you, but I don't know definitively, given that you have fan blood, and I've never read anything about it being used on anybody with fan blood before, so use at your own discretion, I suppose.
Well, I appreciate you thinking of me.
Absolutely. I suppose I'll just... These are smaller rooms, I'm assuming?
Yeah. Very small rooms.
I'll try to find like a small area where Hunter's not at, and
Well, Hunter's actually.
Cuddle with Hunter.
I was gonna say
right.
Hunter. I carry companioned him, so he's actually like in my bag right now.
I forgot
Just
about that.
cuddle the floofers.
Oh, it's so stony.
Yeah. So then you're gonna try to trance in the corner.
Yes, I'm gonna attempt to use dream. I actually want to double check and make sure. This spell misnamed. There's identify by some title that leaves no doubt.
Well, you can read over that, but while you're reading over that, and you start to drift into your trance. Hello? Hello, is this me? Is it me? I think this is me. This should be me. I think I've got this officially.
Can you hear me?
If you're listening to me, you can't hear me. That means you've entered your dream.
I can't hear you.
No, I mean, you can hear me. But you can't hear me. Wait. I can't hear... Wait.
You can't hear me.
I can't hear me. I can't hear you. Anyway, it's...
Try to maintain my trance.
It's important that you understand. Did you get that? You are... It sounds like I'm being stopped. I don't hear myself even say what I'm saying. Shit. Wait.
Foth.
It can't be right. Let me try this. Let me try it this way. Shadow. You. Shadow. Very dark shadow. Stay, shadow. Stay. Good boy. I hope this makes sense. Stay, shadow. Stay. And the dream will fade out, and your dream can happen. Also, you'll hear the name Candor Rossavant at the end.
Excellent.
Because that's important for him being able to communicate.
That is important. Damn, I didn't even wake up yet, so I'm...
No, you just went into your trance, and then in the middle of your trying to transfer the dream, he, interrupted you. Clearly, he was waiting for you to pick up the phone.
Would their time be ahead or behind us?
They're about the time is about the same. We would discuss this.
Okay.
The time is about the same. The difference that you have here is just the side of the world that you're on.
That's right, because before when I did it, I didn't do it late enough or something. But if I did it late in the evening,
before when you were doing it, you were dealing with a different issue. We'll getting into the complexity.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I suppose I would, as opposed to contacting Brianna.
Well, your trance would have been when you cast it, you declare the targets. Your trance would have been
true.
for Brianna.
I would have contacted Brianna, and I would have. I guess so she would be the recipient, but the message wouldn't necessarily be sent, would it? The dream, or
if you choose what you want to say in the message, but you are right now geared to send a message to Brianna. Like, you essentially think of it this way: you pick up the phone, you dial the number, and it's Brianna's number, right? But as you put the phone to your ear, like, you realize you're already talking to somebody. But unlike a regular phone, as soon as the other party hangs up, your call connects to who you're going to.
Okay, so my message wouldn't have already been.
No, you haven't made your message yet.
Okay.
Your message happens as part of the resolution of the spell. But the first thing that happens in the resolution of the spell is you going to sleep.
Yes. And if it wasn't clear, if I didn't specify, I would have been doing the other things beforehand that I wouldn't have finished because of that. I would just kind of give her a very this one does not require, yes, okay, any length. I would give her a very detailed breakdown of the encounter with the dragon. Well, give the details that I know of it, like Pyre, the dragon, mentioned that he was after the book, and then also mentioned the dream, or not the dream, that I was just contacted, And then let her know that I hope she's doing okay. And yeah, I don't think there's any really much else to.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Something about my shadow, very briefly in passing.
It will come to a close, and so too will our session. We'll find out more next session as to what happens. Thank you all for watching. Good night.
GG.
That is annoying when I fuck up the credits.